What's up? What's up, poor man? Yeah, I'm at Super Saiyan level 2, right? Super Saiyan level 2, my brother. Alvi, what's up, my brother? What's up? No, it's Vegeta all the way, my brothers. Vegeta all the way. Alvi, I missed you, my brother. I hope you're doing well. Right? Probably staying busy. On that grind. I love it. You're probably on that grind. I love it, my brother. Hey, I guarantee you're on your grind. So all good. All good. All right. But I do miss you, my brother. You know, you're one of the OGs that's been there with me, right? That's been there, for the longest. So I appreciate you. I love you, my brother. How's everyone doing? How is everyone doing? Hope everyone's doing well. Hey, like I said, you're on that grind. I get it, right? The grind. Got work every day. I know that feeling, right? I just had to pay property tax, paying all this other shit. Evil Eddie, my brother. Yeah. Well, this is the thing where, you know what? I want to do something different. I wanted to try something different. But thank you for the compliment. Thank you. Hell, one of the things why I dyed my hair is that I'm thinning a bit. So I'm like, fuck it, right? I mean, like, I'm happy that, in my 40s, my hair starting thin. Not like when I was in my 30s or 20s, like some other people. So, towards the later half of my life, it's thinning. Fine, right? It is what it is. I had a friend who was like, his hair was thinning when he was in his 20s. So, I should be grateful for, whatever privileges I have. So I was like, you know what? Since it's thinning, I'm like, hell with it. I'm gonna just dye it and go crazy. If it happens, it happens. I mean, like, I'll probably eventually go bald or just have a thin hair. I'm like, hell with it, right? If he's gonna die, he's gonna die. So I'm like, yeah, whatever. How's everyone doing? I hope everyone's doing well. I love you guys, right? I love you. I love you, fam. Okay, so I also want to tell this, right? If you guys stay, I mean, I know Alvi, you're busy. You're probably gonna sleep in an hour or so, hour or two, right? So I get it, but right, I'm trying to do this. Like, I want to do this from time to time. At the end of the stream, I want to show some. I want to do some stock talk, right? Talking more about stocks. I want to show you guys my portfolio and talk a bit stocks, right? I love to talk about investing, so I want to do that. I want to do a little bit more of that. So at the end of the stream, we'll talk more, some stocks, some investing, right? I hope you guys, if you have any questions, I would gladly talk about it. See, this is the thing where my dad isn't bald. Oh no, yeah, do not buy Beyond Meat. That thing is like a GameStop hype. So stay away from that. Stay away from that. Yeah, you know, uh my dad is like thinning. He's not bald, right? He's thinning. So I'm gonna assume that that's probably gonna be my result where I'm not going bald, but my hair is thinning. So that's probably the results of my life. But yeah, yes, we are going to talk about stocks at the end of the stream, right? So I want to leave like maybe about 30 minutes to talk about investing, stocks, anything, right? I want to give updates on my portfolio. I want to share you guys, right? Because again, I think investing is a big part of the journey. Big part of the journey being the best version of yourself, right? So I want to focus on that. Yeah, see it now. Yeah, you got a big bro. I mean, I don't think my forehead is that big, right? It's not that big. You guys are crazy. It ain't that big. You crazy. But again, it is thinning, right? So I do, you know, I do understand it. But whatever, right? I don't care. That is why, right? Got to up your money. Up your money. Here's the thing, right? I mean, there's a lot of ways to be an accomplished man in this world. One of those ways is up your money. Up your money. All right. Let's do it. Let's watch some let's check out some videos. Let's check out some videos. I mean the hair, I mean it is what it is, right? To be honest, I'm not I wouldn't cry on it. So. All right. Let's get started. Let's react to some videos. So, I want to check out this video. The an old OG himself, right? I don't know how old, I mean how long ago Tyler the Fiend was, but he's a pretty you know, a big time manosphere creator, right? And very interesting, right? Very few male creators, you know, do this type of you know, video. So, you know, very different, very, you know, he stands out. But yeah, I watch his videos from time to time. So I want to, you know, add a bit of reactions to his videos on the, you know, in the catalog, right? Because he's a really cool guy, right? I mean, great videos. So I want to check it out. I want to check out what he did, right? And it's like an interesting title, right? Women tries to reach out to nice guy. She rejected years ago, but it backfired. So I want to check it out. Hopefully it's good.
Are praying that the guys they ignored are waiting for them after they are done having fun and they are ready to settle down now. But here's the harsh dose of reality they're going to get. The men are actually done. We've got a video for you here today from Alpha Central titled, "She Reached Out to the Nice Guy She Rejected 8 years ago, and Then This Happened." Let's jump into it.
You know what's worse than Sunday scaries? Saturday scaries. I messaged a guy that I did not talk to for like 8 years. Literally like hooked up with him like 8 years ago. And I randomly thought about him. Like, you know, like when you're single at like 28, you start thinking about, oh, maybe from the past, like this is a good guy. Yeah, no. This is what went down. First I messaged him, hey stranger. He said, sorry, who's this? I said, Leah Bars. And then when I said, well, I said Leah, haha. And then I said Bars. And then when I sent Bars, it didn't say delivered. So I was like, did he block me? So then I did this. I went to his Venmo and I sent him $1 and I said, did you block me?
This guy blocked her.
Wow. I love that. I love that. This is what I said, right? Men need some self-respect. If she didn't want you 8 years ago, she don't deserve you, you know, now. Okay? She don't deserve you when at her desperate. Do not be what women will settle for. Do not be what women are desperate, you know, desperate to picking. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Tyler the Fiend is I believe I would call him an OG, right? I've seen his videos like years ago. So, big bars. What's up, my brother?
And made it clear that he wasn't interested in talking with some random woman he hooked up with almost a decade ago, but she is so desperate she's willing to pay him just so they can talk. The loneliness these women are going through is driving them insane.
And then he unblocked me and said, what's up? This is random.
So he did block. So he did block her.
I said, well, why did you block me? He said, why are you texting me? I said, whoa, I don't know, to catch up. He's like, it's been 8 years. I said, damn, I didn't know people couldn't talk again. My bad. He was like, I have a wife and kids now. Plot twist, my bad. He said,
no, Tyler's the GOAT. I agree. Bo's an OG, like I said. Seriously, the desperateness.
think you're a weirdo. I said, right back at ya. And then the conversation just ended, and honestly woke up mortified. Simply mortified. So please stitch this with any other stories that you have that are similar or worse than this, so it makes me feel better about
Evo Eddie. Alvi, my brother. I love you.
my decisions. Thank you.
The second she finds out that he's not interested in talking, she gets defensive and tries to make it sound like he's the bad guy, even though he's clearly done nothing wrong.
You're amazing. And this is the thing with women. And we're going to see this, right? This is why I've said this before, where I think a lot, copium, right? Exactly. This is the thing where I'm loving this, okay? Where a lot of men just need to sit back and relax, right? Take care of yourself. Focus on yourself, because here's the thing. We are going to see it. We are going to see it. Women will crumble. In my honest opinion, women are going to crumble. Because here's the thing. Men can survive. Men can survive. Men can deal with that, right? Men have always been taking care of themselves. Men have always dealt with working, with the hustle, the struggle. Men have always been dealing with it. Women, they are starting to feel it. I'm seeing more and more women complaining about working, complaining about taking care of, bills, taking care of life, having to take care of the kids all by themselves. So we are seeing this. We are seeing the results of feminism. I believe in about 5, maybe 10 years, women are going to crumble. Okay. They won't be able to withstand the loneliness, withstand the, the world that they changed. They're crashing out. Exactly.
I have a question. What are your pronouns? Your pronouns?
Pronouns?
Yeah, what are they? Like he, him, like what is it? I thought it's your mine.
No, sorry. I'm yours?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I mean, you are now.
I'm too old for you.
I like older guys.
First, they told us never to approach them. Then they freaked out when we stopped approaching them. Now they're trying to approach, and
I agree. It is already starting, right? It is already starting. We're seeing it more and more. And I want to show some videos of it later on, right? Some TikToks of women just like, they have to deal with it, right? They don't see that they are the ones to pretty much start the ball rolling. So they will, the pronoun is stupid, right? But her doing, what is it? Pickup lines.
only do it so that they can make content. It makes you wonder what kind of crap they're going to try and pull next.
You got to get a guy's number on cam. We'll mic you up.
Okay. You better snap though. I'm wearing the pink right here coming up towards me. Hi. Can I get your number? Hi.
Just answer the damn question.
Not right now. Thank you. No.
What?
Hold on.
She's obviously wearing a mic and a camera is following her. No man with an ounce of basic intelligence is going to give this woman his.
And this is the thing, right? This is what a lot of men are finding out or seeing. He's not around for your pleasure, right? He's not around for your chance to make content. I've seen so many women just going on so many dates. What's the point of dating? Literally, it seems like she's going on dating to make content. That is it. And this is why a lot of men are like, what the hell is this? So you're just going on dates to make content? Is that what men are for? Your content? That's what a lot of women are doing. Absolutely. This is another reason why it sucks.
His number. It's either a trap or her desperate plea for attention. Either way, men are not falling for it.
I saw this really cute guy when I went to Costco recently, and I was like, okay, so he's my new crush. That's perfect, because I haven't had one, and I was like, life needs a little spice, right? So I went back to Costco because I was like, I need to find him.
Oh, I always say this, right? I have this big ass theory that women, the most dangerous emotion a woman can have is boredom. Women are always thinking about boredom, right? Oh, I don't want to be bored. I don't want to be bored, right? Always need a little spice. Bitch, be content. Be content with life. But the problem is women are not content. And that is a big issue in my opinion. Women are not content with life. Women are constantly bored. Women constantly want more. And we're seeing the results of it, right? The high divorce rates, why women are the majority ones are divorcing. It is that right there, right? Women are constantly bored. They're easily bored. Always want spice.
You know, because I need to make myself known so that he realizes, oh my gosh, look at this one. I need to have her number immediately. And I went back and he wasn't there. Okay. And I was like, that's kind of rude. He's playing hard to get, but like, it's cool because two can play at that game. So now I'm going back. Okay. I'm waiting in the car right now. But we're gonna go in there and we're gonna make ourselves known. Hopefully he's gonna be there. I don't think he's gonna be there because he wasn't there last time. And I was there at the same time, I think, that he was working before. Listen, it's a whole thing, right? So I'm gonna try and find him now.
If the genders were reversed, this would be considered obsessive and could be considered stalking, but of course, she's a woman, so she's trying to meet her soulmate or some such nonsense. The double standards are ridiculous.
Yeah, it would. Shit like that. This is the thing. That'll be stalkerish. This is we have created a society, right? Yeah, exactly. Stalkering. Yeah. We have created a society that it is okay for women to do male behaviors because they're a woman, right? Women can abuse men. Women can stalk men. Women can just pretty much belittle men, insult men, and it's okay. Society does not call women out on it.
We're here, we're back. I'm scanning the crowd with bated breath. What am I, a poet? What was that? That was good. It's crowded here, but I'm genuinely the only person who's under the age of 75, so vibes are low. So I wanted to see him, right? Like coming in here, I was like, oh, I hope he's here, right? But then I'm in here and I got scared and I was like, oh gosh, I hope he's not here. But now that I'm in here and he's not here, I'm disappointed. Like, where are you hiding? Just another day.
You see all that crazy ass fucking logic? Imagine that, right? As dating. Women make dating confusing, right? I've said this before in other videos and probably will say it again, right? Oh, I want emotionally intelligent men, but you know what? I don't want men to share so much feelings. I don't want men to be so emotional, right? Sassy men. I don't want men, you know, emotionally intelligent, right? Is a man that also wants to be treated well, okay? A man that also wants to be cared about. But oh, God forbid men want that. Sassy. It's all over the place. You want masculine men, but you want your version of emotional intelligence. I believe masculine men are intelligent, or men are emotionally intelligent, because in my opinion, one of the tenets of emotional intelligence is being able to control your emotions. Okay? Not just be all over with your emotions.
Day in the life of an eligible bachelorette. Why is it so hard to orchestrate a meet cute?
This is main character syndrome at its finest, guys. For those of you who don't know, a meet cute is when two people meet in a romantic comedy. She's living her life praying for impossible movie moments, and the delusion has completely warped her mind.
You know, the movie Serendipity, that's how I feel right now. Minus the whole part of like where we actually met, because we haven't even met yet. I'm so disappointed right now. I'm so sad. I could cry. Where are you? Honestly, how hard is it for an eligible bachelorette to find a mate? I mean, this is ridiculous.
It shouldn't be difficult at all. Men and women have been getting together for thousands of years, but modern women made it clear that they would rather destroy themselves than get with average guys, and it's left them completely broken and on the brink of madness.
Exactly. That's also the insanity. That she's thinking that, oh, let my life be like a movie. Are you crazy? Women are babies. Easy. What's up, my brother? Easy. What's up? That's the thing where women are ridiculous. They are.
I'm so sick of men. Tell me why I'm literally sitting in the driver's seat of my car. Adam's sitting in the passenger seat, and a man comes up to him because his window's down, and he goes, yo, nice car, man. Gives him a fist bump. Completely ignores me. I'm sitting in the driver's seat. I'm driving the car. Every time we go to the gas station and he pumps my gas, some guy will come up to him and be like, oh, nice car, man. He'll be like, oh, thanks, that's my fiance's. And they'll be like, ha, oh yeah, a woman.
Monster, what's up? The female crash out is ahead of schedule. This is a thing where, you know what? I'm overestimating, right? But I do think that we will be seeing the female crash out, right? We were seeing the septum theory, exactly. We will be seeing the feminism results that women will be crashing out because dating will be impossible for them because they made it impossible.
That's hilarious. He'll proceed to ask him questions about the car and he'll rattle off something he learned 5 seconds ago from me. PSA, mother, if a woman is driving a car, chances are it's hers.
Or it's the handsome fellows in the passenger seat.
It's not.
She's so bitter and resentful that she not only hates men for not magically knowing the car is hers, but she also has to needlessly shame her fiance by mocking him for sharing knowledge he learned about the car. This type of woman is incapable of being happy or even pleasant.
Nah, I have a girlfriend.
She's a lucky girl.
Nah, is she? I have a gun. She's much cooler than you.
She does sound pretty cool.
Yeah.
I love you.
God. This is the thing. I've said this before, right? I've said this before, and I've never said that I made my channel to hate on women. It's not. It is to show that women are no better than men. Right? Here's a woman that's absolutely a creep. She's being a creep. You just met this man. You said you love him. You just heard this man said he has a girlfriend, and you're still staying around trying to get with this man. You are a creep, right? But oh, that's fine, right? We don't call creepy women out because it's okay. And that's the thing. I've said this before. It doesn't matter if you're born a man or a woman, okay? It's who you are. So if you're a creepy person, you're a creepy person. Being creepy doesn't automatically mean that you're a man. No. It's just these are the people who have such poor principles, morality, standards, whatever. Poor personality. She's a creep.
I like rocks because I'm manly. I'm in trouble. In a good way.
This guy made it clear that he has a girlfriend and he's not interested in talking to her, but she will not leave him alone. Not only is that a major violation of that guy's personal space, it also shows how insanely hypocritical these women are when it comes to...
You know, I gotta admit, right? The whole septum ring theory thing, it's becoming more and more true, right? It's always women that has these septum rings that they are so, you know, they make these wild ass take, and they're so unbearable women. So it's quite crazy.
The men that they want.
Excuse me. Can I just ask for some directions? I'm going from here to our first date.
Where are you going?
I'm going from here to our first date. First date.
What is that?
You don't know what a date is?
When you go with somebody.
Yeah.
Okay.
To our first date.
Okay, and where is that person? I don't understand you, sorry.
These women Google the worst pickup lines.
And I find it weird, right, with women, where, you know, women say they hate cocky men. Yet a lot of women are cocky. They're egotistical, and narcissistic. A lot of women say they hate pickup lines, yet they are the ones who would use pickup lines. It's like, that was cringy.
Imaginable, and then record themselves getting rejected by men for pity. It makes you wonder what she'd do if a guy actually accepted, even though that would never happen in today's reality.
Can someone explain to me why handsome men, handsome guys, literally never looking at me, while ugly, old, horrible looking men always look at me like I'm a meat? We have a epidemic of average ass women that are so egotistical. Handsome men, I'm sorry, you are average at best. Omni, what's up, my brother? You are average at best. I find this like really absolutely ridiculous with a lot of these women who think that they are so amazing. And this is the problem, right? Men have contributed to it because so many men would hit on this woman, right? So many men would want this woman. And the problem with this woman thinks, oh, so many men want me, so I must be top tier. So because I'm top tier, I only want top tier men. Are you kidding me? Do top tier men want you? They don't. Even what you're saying, you're showing that top tier men don't want you. Okay? You're showing that handsome men don't want you. So really, it's such a crazy correlation. Just because men want you, that don't mean that you qualify for better looking men. You're literally attracting your level. That's the thing. You are attracting your level. So many women are egotistical in such a weird ass way. You're not attracting handsome men. So what does that say? You don't qualify for them.
You don't qualify for them. You qualify for the men you are attracting. And it's just, this is my thing, right? Fine. If you don't like these men, you don't like these men. I find it just so egotistical to call women. I see so many women say, oh, these ugly men are coming after me. How dare they? You are average at best. And I'm being kind. Average at best. To call men ugly is just absolutely ridiculous. Because here's the thing. Most people, men and women, are average, neither ugly or hyper attractive, right? So they don't fall on the far spectrum, right? Ugly is a far spectrum. Like hyper attractive is a far spectrum. You are average, right? You're neither ugly nor hyper attractive. Yet so many average ass women are calling men at their level ugly. It's absolutely heinous in my opinion.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the way how I look. I mean, I don't look.
Seriously, you show your body. Look at your face. Your face is average at best. Your body means what? It's something men will have sex with. Your body looks average as well.
I don't understand what's wrong with me. Why handsome guys never looking at me? Why are they ugly?
It's safe to assume that when these women refer to ugly men, they're talking about men who are average looking. She thinks that she's entitled to Chad and everybody else must avert their eyes because apparently men looking at a woman they find attractive is an unforgivable sin.
Why are guys so lonely?
Because no guys just come up to us. Like, we're just, I don't know, I guess we're just ugly. Yeah, I agree.
Do you think they are too afraid to approach girls?
No, I just think that, we're just ugly. That's like the only possible
You think
thing.
so? What suggestion would you give to them to overcome you guys being so ugly?
I don't know,
I'm seeing this more and more, right? What is wrong with being average? I don't understand. Women have ruined society. Women have ruined society. Being average is fine. Being average is normal. This is the problem. If you're not hyper attractive, you're ugly. What the fuck? What happened to the in between? What happened to the in between? You're normal. This is why women have messed shit up, right? They have ruined the attraction scale, right? Because here's the thing, right? We've heard it. By dating statistics, women are attracted to the top 20% of men. 20%. I mean, such a low amount of men. So they view all other men pretty much ugly. It's such a skewed view.
Lower their standards?
I guess that's the only way.
It must be. We actually created a community in which we motivate guys to leave their rooms, approach girls, be confident, actually put themselves out there. Would you recommend that for guys in Toronto?
Yeah, definitely. I don't want no Toronto man that doesn't have any game.
Guys don't approach because we were told not to under threat of extreme punishment. Why should a man approach you when, number one, a lot of these women have nothing to offer, and number two, women have been telling men not to approach them for a long time now.
Up a conversation with this girl that was like from Europe, and she was visiting.
That's 2 hours away from you? Well, there's Toronto women for you.
In Toronto, and she just was like, by the way, like the men here, they just don't they don't approach you, or they'll find you attractive and just kind of do nothing. And I was like, yeah, welcome to Toronto, sis.
Do y'all think that's a product of just society as a whole? Because American women have that same sentiment over the last 5-10 years, been vocal about men not approaching them. So now men are like, all right, well, y'all have been the loudest talking about y'all don't want men to approach us. Don't approach me. Don't talk to me if you see me in public.
Men aren't even allowed to look at women for more than a quarter of a second without being labeled a creep. That's not a Toronto thing. That's happening.
Man, if it's 3%, we are cooked. The world is cooked. If women only find 3% of men attractive, the world is cooked. It's cooked.
In every single city that celebrates modern women.
So now we're following suit, and now it's like, well, y'all not trying to approach. I'm like, which one is it?
I think it's how you approach, though. It's not always just about the. I think it's how you approach. Sometimes
it's not fucking how you approach, right? It's who you look like. It's if the woman finds you attractive or not. I've seen it done, right? Two men approach exactly the same way. I've seen it done. Two men approach exactly the same way. Guess what? One is conventionally attractive. One is pretty much not, women wouldn't find him attractive. It has happened many times before. Okay? Men don't, it's like you make it seem like men are using like a handbook or something, right? Men approach like so drastically different. No, most men approach the same way. Even if you're top tier good looking or average as shit or ugly as shit, most men approach really the same way. They don't approach like all that drastically different. The difference is how good looking you find each man. That is the thing. That is the determining factor. I've literally heard a woman say, right? She's literally said this a hyper attractive man said some very misogynistic, creepy ass shit, and she still talked to him, right? So that's the thing. I've literally heard women say that these men said some crazy ass, misogynistic, creepy ass sexual shit to her. She still talks to him. So no, it's not about how you approach. It's not. It's about what this woman perceived this man's attraction level. Because again, I've literally seen men say a lot of heinous, hyper attractive men say a lot of heinous ass shit, and they still say, "Okay, let me continue talking." I've seen like, what is it? There's this guy Marlon, right? He's a really attractive streamer, and he said some really like sexual heinous things like on dating apps to women, and they still like, okay, let me kept on talking to him. They kept on talking to him. So no, that shit is bullshit.
Sometimes it comes off a little.
I think it's how attracted you are to the person
That
when
too.
they approach you.
I notice female do that. Women do that too. Like if a man's not attracted and they approach them and they're not interested, they're like, "Oh, this guy's a creep."
Get my
But if
pepper
he's
spray.
fine now and he comes and it's like, oh, "Okay,"
Yeah,
like it's a
for
little
sure,
different.
I see
Yeah.
They always say that we need to approach the right way, but they never explain what that means. And that's because the only right way to approach a modern woman is to be attractive. Let's be honest.
Let's be honest.
How are you?
Good, thanks. You?
I'm okay. I had a really weird day because... Is this you?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll go with you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, no. Oh, you're on 5. Okay. I just had a really weird day because I did the 23andMe thing, and I found out that I was dating my cousin in high school because I'm adopted. Yeah, and then I also found out that I'm Mexican and Italian. Yeah, but anyway, okay, bye.
Modern women see average men as pack mules. We're supposed to carry and move their heavy objects, but we're also supposed to listen as they trauma dump their baggage on our shoulders.
But that's the thing, right? Women use men for, yo, Steve, what's up, my brother? That's the thing. Women view average men as just if I could use him or not, right? If he's useful or not, okay? If I could use him for content, if I can trauma dump on him, if I could use his money, if I could use his resources, they don't get. I've said this before. If a woman is not attracted to you, right? Not attracted to you, she will just make use of you. That is it. She will find a use for you. But the men that she's attracted to, right? She will be useful to him. She will try to be useful to him because she wants to make it easy for him to get with her.
That's not happening. Men are not therapists to these women. She touched that man without his consent while he was mid-set. That's a violation of that man's personal space, and she did it anyway because she thought that he was cute. The rules these women set for us are absurd, so they break them all the time.
Where are you guys meeting these cute men? Because we go out to the bars every weekend, and we only see cute guys in the run clubs, at bagel shops, like at the grocery store. I'm not gonna talk to you at the grocery store. The bar is the best place.
Literally.
And they don't go out.
No, because they have an issue with it, and I don't know
Why?
And you said who perpetuates, who started hookup, who started hookup culture? Who started it? Women. Right? You want to go to the bar? What the fuck do you think is happening at the bars? That shit is to get drunk and fucked. That's it. Like, average ass place, grocery stores, bagel, what all the things she said. Literally, those are places where you're not in a setting, right? Where there's drinks involved. You are trying to get to know somebody. But no, you want to get to know someone at the club, in the bars. This is a thing where you want to, right, continue hookup culture. I said this before. Women are the ones who create hookup culture. Women are. Because you don't want to meet nice guys at nice places. No, you want to meet nice guys at fucking places where it's about a hookup. It's about to have sex. Yes, it's like bars are for, we all know it. Bars are for like the lower shit.
Because they say, they're not worthy. The girls there are low value. Well, you're never going to find anyone then.
Can y'all please start going on?
Because, like, you're not, I know you guys aren't going to approach us at the grocery store or at the frickin' run club. So, like.
No, because you're sober. Why would I talk to you if I
It's
haven't
also like 6 in the morning.
God.
Like, be so.
They want to meet men at bars because they expect these handsome men to buy them drinks. They're not looking to meet a good guy to settle down. They're just looking to get intoxicated on someone else's money. Those days are done. It is a waste of time and money for men.
When you go to a bar, do you typically look to pick up a girl? Like, would you go up to a group of girls and like, okay,
never.
You would never do
Never.
that. Okay.
Never. I can't bring myself to do it. I think that all of the like typical pickup lines or whatever you would say to someone you don't know comes off so sleazy. It's like not the move.
Even if a guy walked up to a woman with a cheesy pickup line, he would get humiliated by her for daring to talk.
And you know, that's the thing where I hated going to bars. I really did, right? I don't know about you guys, but I've gone to bars where, okay, you go up to a girl, buy her a drink, right? You go up to a girl, buy her a drink. Get her, she gets the drink. She walks away from you. I'm like, seriously? What the fuck is buying her a drink for then? That literally has happened to me before. I'm like, fuck that shit. No, I'm good, right? What the hell is I'm spending? I mean, no, this is why I was like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it to go. This is a thing where we got to understand. I've said this before. You doing things for her means nothing. It means nothing. If she's not attracted to you, it doesn't mean shit. That's the starting point for everything. That's the starting point for everything. If you do not meet her attraction factor, you know, her attraction standard, she doesn't even give a shit what you do. So there's no point in buying her a drink because she was never attracted to you to begin with.
Talk to her, and if he doesn't approach, then he's an insecure coward who can't handle a real woman, quote unquote. It doesn't actually matter what he does. She has already decided that.
I love this, right? At 60, I can tell you 95% of women want you for your wallet. Focus on your health and wealth. 100% agree. 100% agree.
He's lost anyway.
Get over here.
Nah, bro, I'm cooling on that one.
What do you say?
Why? We don't fight.
I can't even hear.
Why? We do not fight.
He's coming. I'm staying over here at a safe distance.
He's saying at a safe distance.
Safe distance.
Brother, you are a school bus away. You gotta tell him. You're like whispering it. Brother, you are a school bus away. So he's checking Facebook Marketplace right now.
Did you farming content on
This is funny as I can quit farming if you come over here and say hi.
I'm coming over, dude.
For all this talk about how people need to respect boundaries, it seems to be different when women are involved. They refuse to take no for an answer. So much for respecting boundaries.
She'll give you a hug.
Don't give him.
No.
That's progress, Nick. That's the first barrier to cross.
Well, you gotta come say hi, actually. That's the first barrier. And then she'd give you a hug. Both actually just Snapchatting right now.
Checking the weather.
Looking like it's a little cloudy in London right now.
I'm gonna pick him up and drag him over here.
Yeah, we've already done
We
it.
did it earlier.
But he's just gonna run right back. Pick him up?
Yeah, let's go get him.
You guys want a sparkler?
Yes. Don't let me.
It's unfair that they forced that guy into that position. He didn't want to come over to talk to them, and they literally forced him to run away because they refused to leave him alone. But anyway, guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there.
What do you guys think? I always like Tyler Feed, right? Again, an OG, an OG. I love his shit. Love his shit. I mean, yeah, but this is the thing where there's some men that aren't as social when they're around women. It happens, right? I get it. A lot of men are shy. I know that feeling, right? I guess I get it. So not every man is so easygoing when they're around women. It happens. It happens. Okay, so I want to check this video out. I don't fully know, right? I haven't watched this video like that, so I don't really know. Maybe it's good. Maybe it's good. It is top 5 ways for men to become more attractive outside of appearance. I wanted to check this out. And like coming from a woman that septum ring, a goat tattoo on your chest. I mean, like, okay, great. Let's listen to this kind of woman. Let's listen to her. Let's see.
First out there to admit that there are far too many men that are way more confident when it comes to women than they should be. But on the flip side, I also feel like there are so many men out there who take a defeatist attitude and count themselves out earlier than they should. I feel like a lot of men think that they know what makes them attractive to women, but I feel like all of that information is misinformation, because men will think like, oh, I need to be the hottest guy with a 6-pack, I need to have a big thing down there, and like so many women know like that's not.
She literally has a split tongue. To be honest, it's like I would not take advice from a woman like this, right? I would not take advice from a woman like this. Look at her. She's literally a full red flag. You know what type of man she's into.
The most important thing to me. I mean, think about how many times you've seen like a 10 out of 10 woman with like a mid-ass man, like at least aesthetically. Like I think that there are so many things that can make you attractive as a man that go above and beyond pure aesthetics, and that's.
I want to talk about this, right? You always see this, right? Like, or I don't really see it, right? But they always say this: an attractive woman with a mid-ass man. It is true that women can be attracted to other qualities, but here's the thing, okay? Personal opinion. When a woman that's highly attractive, Kenny, what's up, my brother? What's up? When a woman is highly attractive with a mid-ass man, or even sometimes an ugly man, it is usually because, right, he has other qualities, but these qualities are, he's a simp. Okay, he's a simp, or he goes overboard to please her. He goes overboard to please her. So he's probably, maybe, again, these are just very general observation, where if he's wealthy, if he has money, he spends a lot on her. He spends a lot on her. He goes overboard to please her. He goes overboard to please her. He does as much as possible to please her. Now, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. If that's what you're doing to get her, that's what you're doing to get her. But I've said this before, right? I've said this before. A lot of these men, mid-ass men with like top tier women, you're not going to be able to sustain that. You're not going to be able to sustain that amount of, effort. Because a lot of men don't realize you have to keep that effort. If you're treating her like a princess, you better be treating her like a princess all her life. And a lot of men come to realize, shit, this is draining my pockets. This is draining my pockets. This is making me tired of shit. And guess what? Eventually, when you falter, she will leave you for the fucking Chad, right? She will leave you for the man she wants. She's actually attracted to. That's the shit. Because like these women are tired. Yes, I mean they're tired of dealing with the Chads, right? With the Tyrones. They get treated like shit by these men. I get it. But guess what? Now they're not attracted to you, but now they expect you to put in high amount of effort. And God forbid, right? God forbid you take your foot off that pedal, right? God forbid you take your foot off of that gas pedal. She will fucking leave you on a dime. And that's the problem a lot of these mid-ass men that goes with top tier women, right? That's the problem. And this is why, right? One of the advice from the, manosphere content men, give is that I'd rather go for a 5, a 6 than go for an 8 and a 9, right? Because here's the thing. I'd rather sacrifice how attractive she is for less of chaos, less of a headache. Okay? I want to know that I'm giving enough effort and she still wants me. She still loves me. Okay? I don't need to go bankrupt to treat her like a queen, a princess, just for her to be with me. And I think that's the thing with a lot of us men, or a lot of men that's outside of manosphere content, right, don't understand. You should be able to give equal effort to each other, because I guarantee you, a lot of these relationships where these mid-ass men are with top tier women, they're not getting equal effort, right? That woman, that top tier woman, is probably doing shit for him. She's probably doing nothing for him. Maybe give him sex once a month, once in a blue moon, right? Because all she thinks is that I'm just your arm candy, right? That's what you get from me. And that's what a lot of men don't realize. Oh, that's it? That's all you're getting me? She probably doesn't give a shit about him. She probably barely knows him. It happens a lot.
That's what I'm here to talk to you about today. So here are the top 5 things that you can do to make yourself more attractive to women that have nothing to do with your appearance or your body. Before we get into it, I just want to talk to you a little bit about why I feel like I am qualified to give this advice. So, and you don't have to agree with this, but I am a conventionally attractive woman. I have done a lot of dating in my life. I have never had an issue getting dates, getting matches on dating apps, going out and meeting men. You don't have to find me personally attractive for that to be true, but that's just a fact of the matter. In terms of beauty standards and stuff like that, I'm doing all right. And so I have a lot of experience in this field. Secondly,
Omni, explain what you mean, right? Explain what you mean. The only one she's going to end up with is John.
I have a lot of girlfriends who are also similarly attractive that also do not have an issue getting dates and dating, and also have a lot of experience in this field. And we often get together and talk about our dating experiences. So not only am I drawing from my own personal experiences, but I'm drawing from what other women with potentially different mindsets, different tastes, different preferences are thinking too. I basically have a lot of access to different perspectives and intimate.
I definitely agree, right? You can tell what type of man this woman goes out with. I doubt this advice she's giving is the type of men she dates. I doubt it. Oh, no, definitely. Most definitely. Right? Hot chicks with fade. Like, this is the problem, right? This is why, again, like Omni said, this is why good men, nice guys finish last. Because you get the attractive women, right? Who ignore, she was an 8, she was a 9, right? When she was 25, 22, 24, whatever, right? She was she was like at top tier attraction. She ignored your ass, right? She got with the Chads and Tyrones. But now that she's 40, right? 40. She was a 9 then, but now she's like a 7 or a 6 now at 40. Oh, now she wants you, right? Now she settles for you. Yeah.
Points of view from other women who also have a lot of experience dating. And then lastly, to address the elephant in the room, I am an OnlyFans creator. I've been an OnlyFans creator for several years now, and you may be asking yourself, why?
No surprise there. Again, this is the stereotypical. You can see the trauma on her.
Why you would want to take dating advice from somebody with a job like mine. I mean, honestly, you can take it or you can leave it, but you clicked into this video. Obviously, you are probably curious about it. So let me just tell you a little bit about my approach to running my OnlyFans. So for me, I don't hire chatters. I run my page entirely on my own. And when you run an OnlyFans page entirely on your own, the capacity that you are able to market to your subscribers
She's a demon.
diminishes, because I'm the only person doing my job. So even if I have hundreds or thousands of messages, I'm the only one who's able to go through them. So for me, it's not about making, $5 from 100 different people. It's about building a relationship with 5 people and having them each spend $20 on me. And through putting my focus on building closer relationships with my fans and my subscribers and my supporters, they talk to me more. They treat me more like a personal friend, more like a
Her manager funded her sniffing habit and tattoo art. Omni, you're crazy.
therapist than just a spicy content creator. So not only do I have my own insight, but I also get personal feedback about dating, life, relationships from men who treat me like their online therapist or somebody that they can talk to. And I feel like I have a very unique perspective when it comes to merging what women are thinking and what men are thinking. So again, you are free to not take this advice, but I do think I have a pretty good head on my shoulders, and just hear me out. I think
You know, Big Bar said it, right? Like she cares about people. She doesn't. Here's my thing, right? I think OF creators, she's an OF creator, yep. They are literally perpetuating the downfall of men. I've said this before, right? I'm going to hold men accountable. Women and lust are men's biggest weakness. Women and lust are men's biggest weakness. So for her, she's indulging in one of men's biggest weakness. She's perpetuating. She's helped perpetuating. Now, I'm not putting onus on her. It's onus on these men that cannot fucking get out of that headspace. Okay? These men are fucking losers, in my opinion. I'm sorry. I'm gonna hold men accountable. You are a loser. A loser. Right? You are a loser if you are subscribing to a fucking woman's OF. I'm sorry. You are a loser. I mean, literally, you can get shit for free. You can get that shit for free. But no, I need a girlfriend experience. Girlfriend experience? She doesn't give a shit about you. She doesn't give a shit about you. A while ago, right? A while ago, I did a video of, there was a man who wanted to meet his OF, an OF creator, right? An OF model that he loves, right? He spent $10,000, right, to meet her. $10,000 for a photo op and a hug. A photo op and a hug. He spent $10,000 for a photo op and a hug to meet this OF creator. That is it. That's what he got. $10,000, got a hug and a photo op. Man could have spent $200 and got some sex, right? So really, that shows you how much of an idiot you are. Yes, $10K for a hug and a photo op. That woman used that $10K to take her boyfriend out on her vacation. So that fucking loser ass simp just paid for another man, right? To have fun with his girlfriend, to have fun. That's what I'm saying. These men are losers. You could have used that $10K, right? You could have used that $10K to invest, to self-improve, right? To get fucking even, I don't even like therapy, right? I don't even like therapy, but you could use it to get a mentor. Get a fucking mentor. You could have used $10K to better yourself. But no, you're such a fucking loser. You're such a fucking loser that you wanted to meet your favorite OF creator, right? You want to meet your favorite OF creator to get a fucking hug and a picture with her. You are a fucking loser, right? Literally, you could have spent $10K and get an actual fake ass girlfriend, right? Plenty of women would accept $10K from you to, be an actual girl for whatever, right? At least you could get like some body, but no, you're such a fucking desperate ass loser, right? You just want to be close to this fucking woman that doesn't give a shit about you. So no, these men are fucking losers. Yo, Artie, what's up, my brother?
you will like what I have to say in this video. Okay, so without further ado, here are the top 5 ways that you can make yourself more attractive.
Alvy, my brother, I'm clutching my pearls. Are you kidding me, Alvy? Brother, I'm gonna hold, bro, I'm holding you, right? I mean, my brother, I can't believe you. I mean, I don't know. As your brother, right? As your brother, I'm as your brother, right? I love you. I said this. I love you. I'm gonna hold you. I'm gonna hold you accountable, my brother. Cut that subscription out, right? Cut that subscription out, please. All right? No, these fake ass women don't deserve your $5 a month. Come on, brother.
As a man that have nothing.
I want to say that comes from love, right? That comes out from love, right? I'm not trying to belittle you. That comes from love. You are a loser, my brother, right? Or you were a loser. Yeah, I'm
to do with physical appearance. Number one, and I see this a lot on my OnlyFans, is you need to learn how to be a better conversationalist. A lot of men come to my OnlyFans because they are bored and they just need somebody to talk to. And I cannot tell you how many times men have initiated conversations with me because they want to talk, only to be the driest conversationalists out there. Like, it's very obvious that they are searching for like human connection and they want to have a conversation because they're always the ones that DM me, hey, first. But then once we get into it, they just cannot keep the conversation going. And for me, like, messages, DMs, that's how I make the bulk of my money on OnlyFans.
I find this stupid, right? Let's play this out. Let's play this shit out, okay? You're saying to men don't know how to keep the conversation going. Okay. Hey, how's your day going so far? Pretty good. How about you? Oh, it's been good. Lots of B-day parties this weekend, and it's been a fun time. Up to anything fun lately? I wish. What the fuck? What the fuck are you talking about? Literally right there. This bitch is crazy. I'm saying this bitch is stupid. To have the audacity to say that men don't know how to keep the conversation going. I literally read it to you. Hey, how's your day going so far? Pretty good. How about you? Not much to work with. It's been good. Lots of B-day parties this weekend, and it's been a fun time. Up to anything fun lately? I wish. Bitch, how can any man keep the conversation going with that shit? You didn't even ask him anything. You didn't even, why was those birthday parties so fun, right? Or what did you do during those birthday parties? Literally, she gave him nothing to work with. The bitch said, be a better conversationalist. Bitch, you were dry as fuck. You were dry as fuck. You didn't, right there. This is why I gave up, right? This is right here. What she's proving is why I gave up online dating. I'm done, right? I'm fucking tired of online dating. And this, I'm sorry, I don't usually call women out of their name, right? I don't. I'm sorry, right? So I'm going to preface that I'm sorry. I don't usually do this. But this is a bitch right here. This is a motherfucking bitch. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm raging. I'm raging out because I experienced this shit so much. I'm telling you, right? Literally, she gave him nothing to work with. I wish. Oh, well, what do you like to do for fun? I mean, like, come on. Hey there, how's it going? Good. You? Going pretty well. Just chilling and answering DMs right now while I have lunch. Nice. This one, he's weak, right? He's weak. So this is the thing where we gotta do things better.
Fans, like, I am a good conversationalist because that's my job. So the problem is most definitely not me. But you can see from these conversations, like, here I am asking them questions, trying to keep the conversation to a person. And so if they say something along the lines of like, oh, I don't know, I'm having a really tough week, I'm having an issue in class. And in an attempt to relate, you'll say something along the lines of, oh yeah, my class is really hard too, I really am not loving this professor. And then you go on and on about yourself. Like, in an attempt to relate.
Oh wait, then maybe okay. Then you know what? I stand corrected. I'm sorry. Maybe I stand corrected. Maybe that was her, right? So then I agree, right? Fine. I think I stand corrected. Maybe she was the one on the right, like Evil Eddie said. She is a.
Again, you're centering yourself in the conversation. You're not engaging with what they're saying. You're just using what they're saying as a jumping off point to talk more about yourself. And that is a huge turnoff. I think women are really trained to be good listeners. And so it may come naturally to a lot of women to kind of ask questions in a conversation and a man come away from it being like, wow, she's a really great listener. I feel like we can talk about anything. And in reality, that anything is literally just her asking you questions and you not asking.
No, but then okay, here's the thing where then I think let's say this. If she then I stand corrected. I correct myself. I stand corrected. Maybe I'm projecting, right? I'm projecting. I'm projecting. So I agree to that. So I own my fault. But what I say, right? It is true with what's happening to, and I don't know. Maybe it's just happening to me, but most of my conversation is like that. So I'm projecting onto her. My fault. I'm sorry. I'm projecting. So, but this is the point where be a better conversationalist, right? Like she said, be a better conversationalist. This is the problem where, yeah, I mean, again, it's reverse. Yes, there's a lot of men, but here's the thing, right? Let me say this, right? Here's the thing that the men that are that goes on OF, these are not the most, let me say what? The men that are going, and this is why her pool of men are pretty much bottom of the barrel men. I'm sorry, right? I'm sorry. Maybe not Alvy, right? Maybe not Alvy, but a lot of the men that she's dealing with are bottom of the barrel men. I'm sorry. So what I believe most men are experiencing is what she is experiencing, the reverse. So it's usually the men who are trying to make conversations, but it goes nowhere because she doesn't help, right? Women are not good conversationalists, or at least not in general, because here's the problem, right? It is her job. That's the thing, right? It's her job. I'm going to preface this. I'm sorry for my mistake in the beginning, right? My mistake. I'll own up to that. But again, what I believe is that this is the problem. It's her job. It is her job to make the conversation going, right? That's the difference. Where it's her job to make the conversation going with her clients. These are her clients. These are men that are paying for it. So she's making the extra effort. But the problem in the real world, right? In the dating world, the real world that men are dealing with, none of these women make that effort. At least because again, there's no incentive. For her, she's dealing with clients. So of course she is going to make the effort. While in the real world, a lot of these women don't care. They're not that attracted to you. So this is what a lot of men are experiencing, and why I was triggered. I'm gonna preface that I was triggered. Right? So I'm gonna tell you that I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna hold myself accountable. I was triggered. You know, it is what it is. I was triggered. So, you know, a lot of men, in my personal opinion, are experiencing the opposite. Experience what she is experiencing. So to say be better conversationalists, again, you cannot be a better conversationalist when it's just one way. And that's the problem. Men are not facing the problem, they need to be better conversationalists. No. It's that men are having conversation with people who don't put that effort in. I tried to, but I was being triggered. I get it. I was being triggered, and you know, so that's why I wasn't critically thinking. So I hold myself accountable for that. I wasn't critically thinking. I assumed because I was putting myself in that shoe. So, you know.
Questions back and her just being a good listener. And that's a turn off. So that's a skill that you need to develop. I see it all the time on OnlyFans. Obviously, not every man is like this. Some men are really great engaging conversationalists already, but if you are having an issue keeping women interested in you, this may be one of those reasons. Now, the key to being a good conversationalist is not just asking questions, but genuinely caring about the answers that she gives. So not just asking questions and then moving on to the next topic. Like, ask her a question, internalize her answer, remember it for later. Don't
Suck
just
your cock.
ask questions to keep the conversation going. Ask questions in order to remember what she says and utilize it later on, whether that's the next time you meet her, whether that's later on in the conversation. Just make her feel heard. Make her feel like you're curious about her, and not just about what she does, but how she feels, how the things that she's talking about have impacted her life. Make her feel like you actually care about what she's saying. Not many men can truly make a woman feel heard. So if you can develop the ability to do that, you will really stand out. And the way to do this is just to practice. You don't have to practice by talking to women. You can do this with the people already in your life. You can do this with your friends, your family. Just be conscious about the space that you take up in a conversation and work on engaging them to want to share more with you. So that's number one. These next two things fall under the general umbrella of getting a life. And I say this with all of the love in my heart. One of the ways to make yourself more attractive is to get a fucking life. Number two on my list, get a hobby. Number three, develop close bonds with your friends. So getting a hobby. Choose a hobby based on what you are most passionate about. Don't choose a hobby based on what you think will make you the most attractive to women. Because see, here's the thing, you don't need to be a maximally attractive man, if that makes sense. Like, if your hobby is video games and anime, then go do video games and anime. You don't need to like take up going to the gym or like reading feminist literature. Like, you should do what you want and the right person will come to you. But I think getting a hobby is so important.
This is the thing where I said this, right? Gotta stop listening to women. You gotta stop listening to women. Because, first of all, be a better conversationalist, get a hobby. One, a lot of these geeks have hobbies, right? A lot of these men have hobbies. A lot of these men have geeky hobbies, okay? And then be a better conversationalist. It's absolutely ridiculous. Isaiah, what's up, my brother? Who's a devil worshipping 304? She is an OF model trying to give advice to men that are not to give advice to men that are less attractive. But here's her problem. It is false, right? You will have to be attractive in some way. Attractive physically, right? Or attractive monetarily. You have to be attractive either physically or monetarily for any of these fucking advice to even work.
Because it gives your personality depth. Every single woman that I have talked to says
Per minute.
that one of the most attractive things to them about a man is when he's able to talk passionately about something. When you are talking passionately about something that you truly care about, there is like a spark in your eyes and you can just feel the love and care in your voice when you talk about it. And that is so, so, so attractive. And it's also just important to have things outside of dating and outside of women that you care about and that bring you joy. And it just makes you more interesting. The second thing under this umbrella of getting a life, number 3 on my list, is developing close bonds with your friends. And by that, I mean you need to find people that you feel comfortable having deep emotional conversations with that aren't just the girl that you're dating. Get comfortable sharing your emotions, sharing your dreams, your thoughts, your hopes, your fears. Because here's the thing, good communication is a learned skill. It's not something that you are naturally born able to do well. It's something that you have to practice. Because the first thing is being honest with yourself about the way that you're feeling, the thoughts and the emotions that you're having, being able to recognize them instead of suppressing them and being able to meet them head on so that you can address them. And then the second thing is being able to communicate those feelings to another person so that they understand it. These are not things that you just grow up knowing how to do. And when you find a woman, you want to be able to already have those skills in place. She should not have to be the person to teach you these skills. When a man is a good communicator, is in touch with his feelings and can communicate them, we know that he has done internal work on himself to make himself a better person, and that's attractive to us.
Okay. Emotion, trauma dump on us. This is the thing, right? I find this stupid. Because here's the thing where, yo, Black Pill, what's up, my brother? I find this stupid. Where I mean, I'm not saying that conventionally these are terrible advice. I just say it's unrealistic in the sense that it's not going to make a woman want you more. It's not. Because here's the thing where I've said this. If she doesn't find you attractive, right? At least physically or monetarily, she doesn't give a shit if you have friends. She doesn't give a shit if you have hobbies. Right? Let's say this, right? A lot of the geeky men, right? These incel men, even the incel men, right? They have other, friends, other geeky friends. Doesn't mean that these men are getting girls. They're not. So it's not really necessarily true that, okay, if I follow these advice from her, you're going to get a woman. No, that's not true. It's not really true. Now, I do say that you should do these for yourself, right? Better yourself. Again, it's her advice is not necessarily terrible, not necessarily a bad thing, right? So I'll give her credit for that. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but I also say it's not foolproof, right? Because again, it doesn't necessarily solve the problem. It doesn't. It really doesn't. Because it doesn't solve the hurdle that you have to go over. It doesn't. And that's the problem a lot of men are feeling, because it is a growing percentage of men, of young men in particular. Young men are facing this a lot more, that they're not getting women. They're not able to get a girl, right? So a lot of these young men are experiencing this.
And the second reason that you want to develop close bonds with your friends is because, and this goes back to the whole umbrella of getting a life, like your romantic partner should not be your therapist. Your romantic partner should not be the only person that you feel like you can have a close conversation with. So having a support network that includes platonic friends that you feel you can truly connect with will not only give you the practice that you need to show potential mates and partners that you can be a good communicator, but it also alleviates a lot of potential emotional labor that would otherwise be dumped on your partner. And women can clock this, especially nowadays with the rhetoric going on about the emotional labor that women do. Like, it will be very obvious to women when you have done the internal work necessary to make yourself a good partner. I feel
I'm gonna eventually make a video about this emotional labor thing, right? That women constantly talk about. In my opinion, right? Men don't trauma dump on women. Men do not trauma dump on women, right? Most men are stoic. Most men don't share their feelings with women. So emotional labor, men are not expecting it from women. Men are not putting it out on women. So, to be honest, that is, it's like men are not trauma dumping on women. They're not. So, I also think it's ridiculous. And to find it kind of insane that women are the ones to try to pull out emotions from men.
I feel like it's really not
Exactly.
appreciated enough how important it is to be your own person before you go out into like the dating world. Because here's the thing, and I'm speaking from personal experience here, dating a man whose entire life centers around you is exhausting. I feel like especially nowadays, TikToks catered to women who are in the dating pool like to say things like, oh, if he wanted to, he would. Like, I like my men obsessed with me. Like, he should be obsessed with you, blah, blah, blah. And like, I think on one hand, it is very easy to digest this watered down content. And there is like a grain of truth in it, in that I feel like oftentimes you see men stray too far in the other direction where they don't give their partner or their date the amount of, prioritization and time and attention that they deserve. But on the other hand, if you give her too much, if you put yourself on a pedestal, if you don't have any hobbies and you don't have any friends, and then you meet somebody and you only do things together and she's the only person that you feel like you can have a deep conversation with, like, that will get very exhausting for her. It is, and this is where I'm speaking from personal experience, like, I dated a man once who was so obsessed with me, where my friends became his friends. He did not have any friends that were not already my friends first. We did everything together. I traveled a lot, and when we were away, he was so depressed. He didn't know what to do with himself, and it was exhausting for me. I felt suffocated. I felt like this man is nothing without me. He won't let himself be anything without me. And not only was that exhausting and suffocating for me, but it also made me less attracted to him, because I was like, what do I even like this man for? Like, I want to like somebody for who they are as a person, and not just the fact that they will drop anything and everything to do whatever I want and center their entire lives around me. You know, like, I want to be loved and to be appreciated and to be enjoyed because I am one of the best things in your life, not because I'm the only thing in your life. And this, I don't think this is going to hit for every single person. Like, I think this is one of those things.
Here's the thing where I find it women, I find it hard, or this is maybe what would I say, the delusion a lot of times with women. It is hard because women want the sweet spot, right? Women constantly want the sweet spot. I want him not too detached, but I want him not too obsessed. I mean, like, that's the problem, right? Women want, I've said this before, the problem that women want perfection, right? Women want perfection. You can't be too attached to me, but you can't be too obsessed with me, right? I mean, you can't be too detached from me. You can't be too obsessed with me. Women constantly want that sweet spot. And it's like, you can't always have it your way. It's not, life is not that easy. And this is why a lot of women are finding it hard, where women want the most rare ass man. She wants the most rare ass man out there, which is honestly why women are constantly having trouble in the dating market. They're constantly having trouble in the dating market. Okay. And here's the thing, right? Even when they find that type of man who's not too obsessed with you, not too detached from you, they probably find other reasons why she doesn't want him. It happens so much. I've said this before. Whatever man a woman wants, whatever he wants, right? Even if she wants that sweet spot kind of man, she can find him. But the problem is, she'll probably find other red flags in him, right? He's not attractive enough. He's not wealthy enough, right? So that is the problem why women will always find ways to disqualify men, especially if she's not attracted to him.
Things where you really have to be honest with yourself about whether you just want somebody to pass the time, whether you just want like a situationship, or maybe just somebody to have a little bit of fun with, or if you are really trying to attract the right type of person for you and put out the energy that you know is going to bring you back the right type of person. And I think this is one of those things where if you are looking for a genuine connection to somebody that is not going to be codependent, that's not going to be toxic, this is one of those things that I really, really think that you need to prioritize. Alrighty, number 4, and you guys are not going to like me for this one, but it is the truth and I am going to say it. You need to find yourself a good career. And by good career, I don't necessarily mean one that is like super high paying or very like prestigious or whatever. I mean good career in the sense that it is something that can consistently pay the bills for you and then some, like you have money to go out and do fun recreational things, and also something that you feel like you can talk about without sounding like you hate your job. Because here are 2 truths that you probably will not want to hear. Number 1 is that most women do find it attractive when men have a little bit of extra money to spend on them, whether that is surprising them with flowers or taking them out on a date to a restaurant that they've been wanting to try, or buying her a cute little gift because you were out shopping and you saw something that reminded you of her. Having enough disposable income.
It still ends out with money. It still ends out with money. You are an OF creator. You have money. This is, I said, literally this woman proves it right. I've said this before, why women's money means nothing, right? Women making money means nothing because at the end of the day, she still expects you to pay. At the end of the day, she still expects you to pay. That is it. It still turns into money.
To where you don't make your partner feel like you're struggling is attractive. It is. And the second thing that is true is that hating your job is not attractive to a lot of women because it makes us feel like you don't have your life together. There's nothing wrong with having a job that you know is not going to be permanent and you're only in it for the paycheck at this stage in your life. But to also hate that job, it can come off as like, you know, you're grown, you've had so many years of your life to...
Yeah, I mean, like Isaiah, you said it, right? No surprise, she circles back to it. Because here's the thing where I've said this before, okay? I think all men need to learn 3 things. 3 things, okay? Saving, budgeting, investing. Saving, budgeting, and investing, okay? Now, it doesn't necessarily mean what kind of job. In my honest opinion, if you can learn these 3 things properly, it doesn't necessarily matter, right? But it depends on your age, right? It depends on your age, right? Okay, if you, like, let's say work at McDonald's at 21, right? 21, you're young. Work at McDonald's or work at something, Amazon warehouse, whatever. But if you learn these 3 things, right? Even if you work at Amazon warehouse at 21, you'll still be able to gain financial freedom, in my opinion, right? In my opinion, you can still be able to gain financial freedom if you learn the 3 things: saving, budgeting, and investing. 3 tenets. You could even hate your fucking job, right? You could even hate your job. I've said this before. My yearly earnings is little bit over 40K. 40K a year. That's fucking nothing, right? 40K a year is nothing. And even with that, with that small amount, I have gained over 6 figures of net worth. 6 figures of net worth. It is because you have to learn these tenets. You have to be able to sacrifice. You have to be able to be disciplined, right? That is the thing. So, no, I mean, if you love your job, great. But if you don't, it doesn't matter. It's just a funnel, right, of money. But you need to learn the 3 things.
Get your shit together to find something that you don't hate that can pay the bills. And if you're not at that point, at least to a certain subgroup of women, that is not negligible.
Oh, definitely. Like, that's the thing, right? During the time where I'm gaining that 6-figure net worth, I stopped dating, right? I've stopped dating. I've stopped spending. I mean, one of the things, right? One of the things is spending money on women has been a detriment. You couldn't save, right? You couldn't save. You couldn't, but that's the thing. So be frugal. Don't spend money on women that, cares about your money.
It can come off as like, I did not try hard enough with this. I don't have my shit together at this grown age. And giving off the implication that you don't have your shit together at this grown age, it can be...
I also find it funny. An OF model, right? That is making money off of these losers, telling these losers to find a good job. You are literally, right? Literally making money by just selling your body. The most bottom of the barrel trait a woman can do, right? So I find it hilarious that's what she's telling people to find a good career. You are an OF model making money off of these losers, right? I find it absolutely hilarious.
Turn off. I think personally, it's more important to have a job that can pay the bills and give you a little bit of extra spending money than it is to actually like your job. But you do need to have the ability to talk about your job in a mature way. Even if it's like, yeah, like I bartend, the hours are kind of crazy, but I get to meet new people and it pays the bills. Like, as long as you can say something about your job that's not like, ugh, I have to go into the bar again and deal with all of these rude customers and I hate it. Like, it's not a good look for you. Basically what I'm saying is get yourself a job that pays you enough to live a life that you are happy with. If you don't have that, that can be a turn off. The final way that you can make yourself more attractive as a man that has nothing to do with appearance, number 5 on my list, probably one of the most important because I feel like it brings everything together, is stop reeking of desperation. I don't know how else to explain this, but pretty women, baddies, women that are used to being pursued by men will get it. There's a certain vibe that a man gives off when he is desperate to find somebody, when it's really clear that he really, really, really wants you, or he really, really wants to find that sort of romantic connection. There's just like an aura of desperation around the way that he acts, talks, interacts with people that is just a huge, huge turnoff. And most of the time, it is never anything overt that betrays his desperation. It's more so like a subtle thing that you as a man probably can't even control or aren't even aware of. But it's there and we can sense it and we hate it. Instead, the vibe that you want to give is, I'm interested in you, but I'm not going to be torn up.
That's true. Every dude she talks to is desperate, right? Every dude she's talked to is desperate. This is a thing where I find it a bit, now, I've said this before, right? What she's saying is not necessarily off, right? What she's saying is not necessarily off. But what she's saying doesn't really work, right? It doesn't really work in the sense that it's not going to make her attracted to you, right? Let's say hypothetically, a mid-ass man, do all the shit she said, right? Do all of the shit she says. That's not going to help you with her. That's not going to help you get this woman, or get women that maybe looks like her, or get women that are baddies and shit like that. And in my opinion, men shouldn't, personal opinion, right? Men shouldn't even desire, or men shouldn't even want to actually get with women like this, in my opinion. Because again, women like this will only bring you chaos. Women like this will only bring you chaos. So I feel like, now, again, what she's saying is not off, right? It's not necessarily off. I'm not saying that. I just find it, what would I say? I find it off in the sense that it's coming from her is rich, right? I say it coming from her is rich because at the end of the day, it's not going to make like these mid-ass men get badass women. No, not really. It definitely would, affect her clients to make them, I guess, better to talk to.
If you don't feel the same way about me. So how do you make sure that you're giving off that vibe and not a desperate vibe? Unfortunately, there is no way really to fake it. I think that,
because why do I say this, right? Because this is the problem. There are men out there, good-looking men, with no job at all, and they get women, right? That's the thing where let's play this list, right? We play this list, and I've seen, and women have proven it, right? I have a catalog of videos, hundreds of videos. We have men that, barely say shit to women, still get women, right? Because they're good looking. We have men that really don't have much hobbies, still get women because they're good looking. We have men that, honestly, don't really have close bonds with other men, but still get women. We have men that don't even have a job, still get women because they're good looking. We have men that, wants sex very badly, but still get women because they're good looking. So at the end of the day, in my honest opinion, now these are not terrible advice. I'm not saying they're terrible advice. I'm saying that if you cannot get over the hurdle, right? The hurdle that she's attracted to you, either in financially or physically, right? If she's not attracted to you financially or physically, even if you have these traits, it won't help. Okay? It won't help. At least not for top tier women, right? So really, these traits won't help. Now, maybe if you want to get a woman that's, maybe closer to your level, okay, right? These are not terrible things to listen to. But in my opinion, even women that are 4s, 5s, and 6, they are becoming egotistical, right? A lot. I've said this before. We have an epidemic of average ass women that think that they themselves are 8s, 9s, and 10s. How many times do you hear it? I've seen so many fat ass women thinking that they're 10s. Fat ass women thinking that they're 10s. So we're having a problem, even if average men, right? Mid-tier men, maybe some 4s, some 5s, right? Who can follow these lists, they're looked down upon because they're viewed as ugly. So again, even if you can follow these things, it still probably won't work. It'll still be hard because 1, you're not going to get top tier women. 2, even the average ass women think that they are baddies themselves. I've seen it so many times. Average ass women thinking that they're baddies. So they're average. They're, nothing special, but they have the attitudes of baddies. Right? They have the attitudes of top tier women. So you don't even get a chance with these average ass women. Okay? Especially if they don't find you physically or monetarily attractive.
The only surefire way to not reek of desperation is to do everything that I just told you. Numbers 1 through 4.
Oh, exactly. Yo, like Alvi said, bums get more cheeks than me. Exactly. And I'm not trying to be black pill or anything. Because yes, you can get a woman. You can get women, but it's just harder. Okay? Women have made the dating scene so much harder. And that's the problem. Okay? Women have made dating so much harder. You have to be damn near fucking perfect to date average ass women. That is insane to me. You have to be damn near perfect to date average ass women. That is fucking mind-boggling. Right?
On my list. Fill your life with hobbies that you enjoy. Find friends that you feel safe enough to be close to. Get yourself a job that can give you a life that you're happy with. Be a good conversationalist. Be good at connecting with people. Basically, build a full and happy life that does not include a romantic partner. And once you can show yourself this to the point where you experience it and feel it and believe it deep down in your heart, any air of desperation that you could potentially give off when interacting with a date or another woman or somebody that you're interested in, that will be gone. And not only will you not reek of desperation, which is a huge turnoff, but you will come to her with a full life, something to offer, something that you can add to her life. It's not just about, oh, I would treat you so well. I
gotta admit, that goat tattoo is fucking ugly, right? I swear to God, that goat tattoo is fucking ugly. It really is. And she has but no surprise, right? She has a split tongue. She has a split tongue. So it's kind of ridiculous. It really is. I mean, come on. But I give her credit, right? I'm not bashing her. I give her credit. The thing she says is not off, right? I don't say the thing she says is off. I'm saying that, you know what? Even if you have all these categories, right? Even if you could check off all these categories, it still doesn't mean that you'll get a woman. It still doesn't mean that you get a woman. So I think that doesn't mean nothing, right? Because we have a problem with dating market where women expect a man to have almost everything she wants on a list, right? He has to be damn near perfect to get with an average ass woman.
would do anything for you. It's, look, I have these hobbies, these passions, I have good communication skills, and I can provide for you. Maybe not like fully, but you know what? Find me a woman that doesn't like being surprised with cute little gifts. And you actually will have something to offer her. So those are my top 5 tips for making yourself a more attractive man that have nothing to do with physical appearance. And I think Potentially, a lot of you might be very disappointed to realize that there is no shortcut. There's no hack, there's no quick fix to making yourself a more attractive person, a more attractive dating option. And it actually involves real work on yourself and self-improvement. But that is the truth of it.
But here's the thing, right? Here's the thing, right? I don't disagree with her, but this is the problem, right? This is the problem with a lot of these women that they don't realize, right? So let's say you have to improve yourself in look wise. So imagine this. Let's say hypothetically, a man is good looking. Now he has all these traits that she just named off, right? He's good looking, has all these traits, and has the financial stability, has the financial qualities that women have. So essentially, he's top tier man. He's a top tier man, right? He's a top 20% man. So now this man is rare. Now this man is top tier. And then you're surprised that this man doesn't want to settle down with you. Now you're surprised that this man doesn't want to commit to you. Now you're surprised that this man who is top tier, now he has all the things she listed, plus looks and money. You're surprised that this man wants to play the field. You're surprised that he wants to have sex with you, have sex with her, right? Be with all these women. You're surprised that this man, you're surprised that this man wants to play the field, doesn't want to commit to you, doesn't want to be a monogamous relationship with you, right? You're surprised. And here's also the thing where her whole list thing, not a single one about morality, right? Character, right? Morality and character, right? She didn't say any of that. She didn't say his principles. She didn't say how he treats, the type of man he is. So again, I guarantee you, top tier men, right? The top 20% of men are good talkers. They have hobbies. They have, close friend, a male group of friends. They have a good career. They're not desperate for women. Guess what? The Chads and Tyrones, they play these women. They use these women as cum dumpsters, right? As pump and dumps. So literally, women want average men to turn into the players, the bad boys, the Chads and Tyrones. Great, right? At the end of the day, you still go for shallow values, exactly, right? You still go for top 20% of men. That is it. No surprise there. I mean, I'm pretty sure she's Asian, right? Either Asian, I'm pretty sure she's Asian, right? She looks Asian, so. What do you guys think? Again, I want to say that, I know I went overboard in the beginning because I got triggered, so I want to preference that I was projecting. I want to say that. I want to own up to my mistake because it was my mistake. So I want to end out with that. But what do you guys think? And I also want to say her advice is not a bad thing. But again, women, I always find it funny that women don't ever talk about his morality, who he is, his character, because honestly, women don't think about that, right? Women don't think about that. So. All right. Sism, what's up, my brother? What's up, guys? So I said this early on. I said this earlier before. Yeah, honestly, hold on to your values, right? Don't deal with women that honestly have no moralities, right? They don't care about morality. You can tell that she doesn't care, right? She's an OF model, a goat tattoo on her chest, split tongue. No duh, she doesn't give a shit about morality. Yeah. Let's do some TikTok videos. Let's check some clips out.
Oh, but L, why are men so afraid of rejection? Oh, but L, why are they so afraid of rejection? Blah, blah, blah. Because they have inflated egos and they have low self-esteem, girl. They're insecure. You really think that an insecure person who believes that everything that someone tells them is the truth, you really think that they would take rejection lightly? Yeah, girl, absolutely not. I see a lot of women asking people in general, like, why men can't take rejection. Oh, rejection's a natural part of life, which it is. And it's because most men under a patriarchal system are going to be insecure as hell. Think about it, right? Although the patriarchy mostly benefits men, that's why they still continue to uphold it, they still get some downsides from living in a patriarchal society. Feeling entitled to women, feeling as though they need to compete with other men, feeling as though they need to impress other men. It's all very simple once you start to think about it. Honestly, ladies, you shouldn't even be worrying about the men that don't take rejection lightly, because that's not the kind of man that you want in your life anyway. A man that cannot take rejection is a man that is insecure, has a fragile ego, and feels entitled to women's attention. Peace and love.
You know what? I said it, right? I said this before. Women that says patriarchy, women that says a God-fearing man, women that says toxic masculinity, right? What else? What else triggering words? Just a whole bunch of these hot button words are fucking red flags. They're red flags. But here's the thing: I find the audacity, the entitlement that women that don't approach men have the audacity to criticize men on their insecurities, right? Their fear of rejection, scared of rejection. Yet you don't have the fucking guts to approach a man. So you have the audacity, the entitlement to insult men about fear of rejection. I find that fucking hilarious. That's the that shit right here. This is why men don't want to deal with women, right? It's the entitlement. It's the audacity. It really is to me. And then to say that the patriarch, all that other shit is like fucking, again, this is why men are tired of the feminist bullshit. Men are tired of the feminism bullshit. They are. Women like this are just disgusting, right?
The reason some men hate women is actually really, really simple and uncomplicated, and I'm going to break it down for you. There are two reasons that are really interconnected about why a lot of men really dislike women. The first reason some men dislike women is that they have been conditioned their entire life to not.
Can you be surprised, right? Another woman with a septum ring, and her topic is men hating women. No surprise there.
Not be a girl. Don't be a pussy. Don't cry. You're a girl. You're a whatever other, homophobic / homoerotic fucking things men say to each other. And the worst thing you can do as a man, as a boy, is to act anything like a girl. And what our society equates as girlhood is crying and emotions and expression, right? It's not just the challenging, crying, crazy emotions like they like to say. It's also joy and reverence and dancing and singing and expression, right? And so that part of them, because everyone has this part, everybody has a masculine and a feminine part in some capacity. And because they have been trained to essentially dehumanize themselves and try to imprison the feminine energy inside of them, when they see,
I think one of the most dangerous propaganda, right? That feminism have been spewing, right? One of the most dangerous propaganda that feminists has been spewing, that, oh, men have both feminine and masculine energy. I find that fucking shit. I find that shit toxic. I find that shit absolutely feminist propaganda. I really do, right? I really do. because I just find it really stupid. I really do.
See a woman or a gay person, God forbid it's a gay person or a trans woman, expressing themselves in a feminine way, a little part of them gets very, very, very uncomfortable, and I would even say envious, because human nature is to express. Human nature is to take your authentic energy and put it out into the world. And most men cannot do that because they have been so conditioned out of their own self-energy because of white supremacist patriarchy. Now, the other reason why some men hate women is that within this patriarchal structure,
here's the stupidness, right? Here's the stupidness why I believe men are more emotionally intelligent than women. This is why I believe men are more emotionally intelligent than women, because men understand emotions. Men understand emotion. This is why men rather be logical than emotional. Because here's the thing, men understand men. So, emotion is that it is uncontrollable at times, right? I've said this before, okay? So, my ex, I had an ex that we both were toxic, right? We both get angry at each other. We both were screaming at each other, right? Letting go of emotions. But here's the thing where, because, and you know, like she let go of her emotion where she threw a book bag with a computer, with a laptop in it, threw it at me. Like she threw it at me. And because of that, I let go of my emotion as well. I let go of my emotion and I got angry. I got blind angry. Blind angry. I was so blind angry that the apartment I was renting, I bust down that door. I bust down that fucking door because I was blind rage. I had blind rage. And that came me to realize that I did not want that, right? Because here's the thing where even women should know, emotions are fucking hard to control. Being emotional, letting go of your emotion is fucking dangerous. It's hard. It is very hard to control. And that person of me, right? That version of me, I did not like that. I did not like that version of me because that was a version of me that was uncontrollable or that was very off kiltered. Okay. Red Door, what's up, my sister? So why men, right, are more logical than emotional? Because men, in my honest opinion, are good men. So they know that being emotional is not a good thing. Because if you cross that line, right, where you're emotional, you let out your emotions, you're free with your emotions, it comes with, right, the propensity of strength, of a man's strength. Now, she, right, she used violence as well. But because she's a woman, it doesn't necessarily show. But for a man to show that level of anger, that level of high emotion, it's not a good thing. So, why men are more emotionally intelligent? Because men know that you should not willy-nilly be emotional. You should not willy-nilly be emotional because it's not good for you. It's not good. Men rather be logical, right? Men rather be logical because then you know how to go about shit. You know how to go about the world. Do not be like fucking women. That's the thing. That's logical. Women are not emotionally intelligent. So they can let go of their emotions, let go of their anger, of their depression, of their sadness, right? But men know better. That's my thing where I think men are more emotionally intelligent because men know that you should not go buck wild with your emotions.
boys are taught that they are entitled to what they want, that they are going to grow up to have supreme power, especially white men.
No fucking man is taught he's going to have supreme power. No man is taught he's going to have supreme power. You know, the homeless population is made up of men. The homeless population is made up of men. The self-deletion, right? Population, self-deletion deletion population is made up of men. So the people at the bottom, right? The people at the bottom of the totem pole are men. No man is taught you are going to rule the world, right? So fucking stupid. Propaganda
And so
shit.
they're little boys and they see the world reflecting back to them. You're the boss, you're in charge, you are more important, you are superior. But then who controls that little boy's life? His mama. And so this little boy is getting so many mixed messages. I'm supposed to lead and be in charge and have all this entitlement and power. And this woman, because most fathers are not super in the picture, and when they are, they're kind of emotionally abusive or completely passive, which is sometimes another form of emotional abuse. They see this woman controlling their lives and they cannot be with it because it doesn't make sense to the.
Who's teaching these young boys otherwise? Mothers are not teaching these boys, right? Mothers are not teaching these boys, right, to be leaders, right, to do their shit. And let's say this, in the household run by a woman, at school, who runs the classroom? Women. So what the fuck are you talking about? Here's a feminist spouting her own, she's projecting her stupid feminist propaganda. No one is teaching these young boys that shit, right? Who's teaching these young boys you're going to rule the world or you're going to be a leader of the family? No. Who's teaching these young boys that? She said it out her mouth. Fathers are not in the family, right? So it's at home, it's a woman. In the classroom, it's a woman. So her fucking feminist propaganda doesn't fucking make sense.
The conditioning that they're under. And to compound that, under this white supremacist patriarchal culture, men have no real power. They don't really have power. They have external power. They have power over, but they don't have power within. They really lose their sense of power, and the thing that has the most power over them winds up being the fact that they want women to like them. Now, they also dress for the male gaze and do things to impress other men, but really at the end of the day, most men understand.
Did you just fucking say men dress for the male gaze? What the fuck does that mean? Did you just say that men dress for the male gaze? I'm fucking wearing a t-shirt. What the hell does that mean? Are you saying that men wear tank tops or fucking bras? Men dress for the male gaze? What the fuck is that feminist propaganda? What the hell does that mean?
That the thing that controls what they do, what they say, what they think is.
You know, Red Door, that's probably why you watch male content, right?
The desire for women to find them attractive and to want them because that is what they are basing their worth on. And it doesn't work because they are not familiar enough with feminine energy, because remember, they've repressed it in themselves, that women don't like them because they're not heart-centered and their hearts are closed off and they're not expressive and they're not honest and they're not being real. And women, the feminine, really wants truth. The feminine wants to be fucked to God. She wants.
You know why this is stupid, right? This is stupid because studies have shown, right? Studies have shown that men are less aggressive, less domineering. Men are more in touch with their emotions more than ever before. So this shit is stupid, right?
This deep authenticity, because with authenticity comes safety. Because if I don't know your moves or what you're really thinking under the surface of what you're saying to me, that's danger, right? It's like dark water, right? Like it can't see through it. So there's danger. So in order to feel safe, this woman needs you to be authentic and be heart-centered, and men often cannot do it because of the way that they've been conditioned. So if you've made it this far and you're a man, congratulations, you must really be invested in this. And my advice to you is to do your work. Integrate your feminine. Where are the places that you want to express? Where are you holding yourself back from your own self-expression for fear of what people are going to think about you or say about you? Because that thing is what is holding you back in relationships and in love and from the feminine. The reason some men hate women is...
I think it's stupid, right? I mean, this is the problem where I find it really problematic that women want men to be women, right? Controversial opinion, right? Controversial opinion. I've been wondering, why are so many men turning into trans women? Why? Why is it such a big thing now, right? I think it's feminism plot, right? I think it's feminism propaganda, feminism plot, where they're trying to turn men into women. I think that's the plot, right? So I think this shit is stupid, right? I think men are evolving, okay? I think men are evolving. I think men are adapting. I think men are improving. But it's not because they're trying to turn into women, right? They're not trying to be like into their feminine, right? It's like I think men are being smarter. That's my thing. I think men are becoming smarter. Men are waking up from reality. I think men are taking the pill, right? They're taking the red pill.
Men want to date the girl that other men find the most attractive, not the woman that they personally find the most attractive. And this is why plus size dating is so hard. It's almost like making a statement like, this is how well I'm doing in life. I pulled this baddie. Yeah, if the girl is attractive by societal norms, of course he's gonna look at her and think she's attractive. But he might have other preferences. When you are a bigger girl, you will see that men do have other preferences, and attraction is actually never the issue because we can pool. We do pool, we will pool, but getting the commitment is always just gonna be a little bit harder. And I think that is okay to admit. I think it's hard as a woman because we operate so differently than men. Our brains are literally wired differently. I mean, it is an ongoing running joke with all women that like, if you start talking to a guy and you're showing your friends a picture of him, you're like, wait, no, I swear he's better in person. Like, let me find a better photo. Or that you can't be best friends unless you have completely opposite types. Any man I've ever really been down bad about, a lot of my friends are like, Jordan, come on. We as women don't really value what other women think of our men. I more so want to impress other women with my outfit choice. I'm not saying that while dating as a plus size woman, you're never gonna find anyone who wants to commit to you, who doesn't think you're beautiful. Like, you are someone's type, absolutely, and you will find that. But I think it's okay to come to terms with that. Like, you're gonna have a little bit of a different journey. It's gonna be a little bit harder, and you're gonna
Exactly. Yo, Alvi, exactly. I just recently learned this, right? Men are changing, okay? Men are losing testosterone. So each generation, men are losing testosterone. So it's making men less aggressive, less, less combative, so men are changing. And she is projecting, right?
have to really sift through a lot.
100%. I believe it's an agenda, right? I believe it's feminism propaganda. Feminism trying to take over.
A lot of interesting situations to get there. Anytime I post a video like this, people are like, wow, like I have not seen anyone talk about this. Like I always thought I was like a little cuckoo. I think it's great to normalize it, talk about it and be like, yeah, like our society sucks. Honestly, do half of these men even realize that they're doing that on purpose? Probably not. Like probably not. Men want to date the girl that other men find the most attractive, not the one.
This is stupid, right? This is stupid. I find it really ridiculous that men want to date the girl that other men find attractive. No, they fucking don't. It's like, I find it really stupid. It's like, men are not out here because at the end of the day, it's his prerogative. It's his, he is fine. He cares what he cares about. Because let's say this, right? If other men find this woman attractive, right? Whoever he dates. But then he doesn't like it. Now what? It means nothing. I find it like, even if the people around him find it attractive, so what? It's like, at the end of the day, I believe that a lot of women want to project. Because here's the thing, right? Are women going for men they don't find attractive, right? Are women going for men that all women don't find attractive, or a majority of women don't find attractive? I don't really think so, right? So I don't really think that that's, and I do agree that we can follow the herd in the sense that, validation is the thing, but here's the insanity that it's kind of hard that by dating statistics, it has shown that most men find most women attractive. So in this scenario, it doesn't necessarily make sense because most men do find most women attractive. But the problem is she's projecting that she's a plus size woman, right? She's a plus size woman. So most men are not dating her, right? Most men are not dating her because, other men don't find her attractive. So she's projecting it. So she's trying to change the narrative, right? Because she's a plus size woman, i.e. a fat woman, she's trying to change the narrative. Men are not dating me because other men don't find me attractive. So you don't want me because you want to seek validation from other men. Not because you're fat, right? Not because you're fat. Makes sense. This is the thing where it's typical projection, right? You are a plus size woman and you're blaming men for your difficulties in dating. Because here's the problem, right? I've said this before. Whether you're fat, skinny, old, young, pretty, ugly, you always have options for men. You always have options. Always. So why aren't you getting the men you want? Or why aren't you getting men? The problem is you're not getting the ones that you want. That's the problem. That is the problem with a lot of women. You're not getting the men you want. You can get men. There will be plenty of men that will want you. The problem is that you don't want those men. Okay? So you want the men that you want, but you want to change those men. So you're projecting that, these men that I want won't date me because other men don't find me attractive. It's just classic projection. A 210. I mean, to me, honest is like, for me, I find it like any woman that's wider than me, right? Wider than me on any size, right? If I feel small next to her, then I'm out, right? Then I'm good, right? I like to be a man and you feel smaller than her, there's gotta be something wrong. So that's my limit, right? If I feel smaller around you, there's something wrong.
I know a lot of men are like, I want women to approach me. Listen, I have never met a single woman who approaches men that is normal. Never met it. Mm-mm. Literally every single girl I know that approach like hits on men is nuts, and not the good kind of nuts. The kind of nuts where it's like she'll get with you and your dad. I know a lot of men are like,
I think Whiskey's okay, right? The guy he comes and goes, right? Whiskey is on and off. I mean, I hope he's okay, but he comes and goes. This is the thing where I find it funny with women. Okay, so women that approach, there's something wrong with them, right? But you want men to approach. I find this really an idiotic take.
I want women to approach me. Listen, I have never met a single woman who approaches men that is normal. Never met it. Mm-mm. Literally every single girl I know that approach like hits on men is nuts, and not the good kind of nuts. The kind of nuts where it's like she'll get with you and your dad. I know a lot of
I guess. In my honest opinion, right? In my honest opinion, I always think that women should be the ones approaching. I think we need to change the dating market, because here's the problem with how it is. The men that are approaching, women don't want, right? The men that are approaching, women don't want. So now what, right? Because you're hearing this more and more. Women are saying, why aren't men approaching, right? But the ones that do approach, women don't want them. So you might as well approach the men that you want. I've supported this where I think men should stop approaching. I'm glad that less and less men are approaching. I'm glad that less and less men are approaching, because honestly, the old ways of dating, right, of courting, women have destroyed it. It's out the window. So we should completely change it up. women should be the ones approaching. Because at least then, right? At least then we know who women want. At least then we know who women want. So I'm all for it. I'm so happy that less and less men are approaching. And I think this is right. The tide will be turning where women have to approach. I think so. Yeah, exactly. Yo, even as I said, I think women need to get used to rejection. Women need to get used to the new status quo that they have created.
Guys are so lucky. You guys do not understand. So I'm 25, right? I'm sitting here and I'm having to build a fucking roster. I'm having to sit here and go out and do things I don't want to do. I don't want a roster. I don't want to go out and date. I don't like this hookup culture. I don't like any of it. But I feel like I don't have a choice. Men, you guys just get to sit there and you guys can go wait until you're in your 30s, you're almost 40, and you can just go get with a girl that's in her fucking 20s and live a normal life. Girls don't have that luxury. I'm now sitting here at 25 having to figure out how the fuck to get back in these fucking streets so I can figure out, so 10 years down the line, I'm not sitting there single still with my daughter being an only child. Like, I want to have a family. I want to have kids. I want to be happy. Like, I want all of these things. But people don't want that nowadays, it feels. It feels like no matter, it's like, what is this dating stuff? What is Hinge? What is Tinder? What is all of this? Like, it's disgusting. Like, my friends helped me make a Hinge and a Tinder, and it's like, I hated it. I hate it. I ended up deleting my Hinge, and I'm getting ready to delete the Tinder because it's just I don't want to talk to anybody on there. Like, I don't want to do any of this. Like I'm just sitting there like a magazine going through like clothing. That's what it feels like. And it's like, I don't want that. And I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want to be a part of that at all. Guys are so lucky. You guys do.
We are getting, right? Like, she's 25 and already crashing out. She is suffering from the feminism fallout. Here's a woman that's suffering from the feminist fallout. She's 25. She doesn't know what dating was like, right? She doesn't know what dating was like. She's 25. So what the fuck are you talking about? This is your generation, right? This is your generation. You don't know what dating is like. So what you're doing is, that's what dating is like. But you're getting the single women crash out.
Do not understand. So I'm 25, right? I'm sitting here and I'm having to build a fucking roster. I'm having to sit here and go out.
Oh, I feel so sad for you. You gotta build a roster? Yeah, I'm so sad for you to build a roster. Oh, poor you. Crash out.
And do things I don't want to do. I don't want a roster. I don't want to go out and date. I don't like this hookup culture. I don't like any of it. But I feel like I don't have a choice. Men, you guys just get to sit there and you guys can go wait until you're in your 30s, you're almost 40, and you can just go get with a girl that's in her fucking 20s.
That's how delusional she is. You think men in their 40s can just easily get women? And especially women in their 20s? If he can get a woman in her 20s, he has to be something, right? He has to be something, right? He has to make himself someone. He has to have stability. He has to have money to even do shit like that. And here's the thing. He has to go up to women and get, he has to create options. You, as a woman, have options come to you. And yet you are crying about it. You're literally crying about it. Absolutely ridiculous.
And live a normal life. Girls don't have that luxury. I'm now sitting here at 25 having to figure out how the fuck to get back in these fucking streets so I can figure out, so 10 years down the line, I'm not sitting there single still with my daughter being an only child. Like, I want to have a family. I want to have kids. I want to be happy.
Well, guess what? Guess who you have to blame? Feminism. Guess who you had to blame? Feminism. So, I mean, this is the problem, right? Before feminism, your father, right? You go from your father's house to your husband's house. That's how it was. Okay? They helped you out. Men court women, right? Men court women. Fathers help pick your partner, right? Proper men courted women, but courted ladies, right? No back to the streets, roster shit, none of that shit. But again, what changed? Feminism, right? Feminism wanted to change that shit. So I'm sorry. Who do you blame? Feminism.
Like, I want all of these things, but people don't want that nowadays. It feels like no matter, it's like, what is this dating stuff? What is Hinge? What is Tinder? What is all of this? Like, it's disgusting. Like, my friends helped me make a Hinge and a Tinder, and it's like, I hated it. I ended up deleting my Hinge, and I'm getting ready to delete the Tinder because it's just like I don't want to talk to anybody on there. Like, I don't want to do any of this. Like I'm just sitting there like a magazine going through like clothing. That's what it feels like. And it's like, I don't want that. And I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want to be a part of that at all. Guys are so lucky. You guys do not.
Yabba dabba do. Yeah, these women are crazy. But again, we are going to see more like this, right? We are going to see more of this, of the single women crash out. Because I'm sorry, you are suffering from feminism. The results and consequences of feminism right here. All right? We're going to see more of this. Exactly. All right? Red Door says it, right? She told women years ago that feminism is poison and will destroy society and relationships. 100%. We are seeing it. We are seeing the results of it. Women will suffer a lot more than men, right? In my honest opinion, I think women will suffer a lot more than men. Okay. One, men are going MGTOW. Men don't mind, right? We're on Wednesday, right? On Wednesday, we'll talk about MGTOW, right? We have we'll see it, right? Real Rain, another a follower. Well, he wants to talk about MGTOW, so we're gonna do that, right? But men could go MGTOW. Well, also men could go passport bros, right? Get their passport and find actual ladies, right? Actual, real, traditional women outside the U.S., right? Women that would appreciate them. So men don't mind. Men will be able. And here's the thing: men are able to suffer through it. Men are able to, handle the hardships. Men can handle the hardships. So men don't mind deal with it. But women, I believe women will crash out a lot more. Women will suffer the blunt a whole lot more. So all right, we're going to do another set of TikTok videos, and then we'll end out the stream on some investment talk, right? I think that'd be fun. All right, let's check out some more clips.
Since attractive male love to do math, I'm going to break it down for you. The quote-unquote attractive male on a dating app might get matches and spend $0 on all of that. He might get 3 matches, 3 fucking baddies, right? You have to exchange about 5 to 10 messages probably to set up a date. And let's say you go with the cheapest option, a drinks date, okay? The average drink price in New York City is probably between $18 and $24. It include tax or tip. So let's say you just are a cheap fucking drink date and you spend maybe $45. I feel like I'm on the lower end there. So 3 dates, $135. This is minus whatever MTA, Uber, other costs, whatever. Let's say you get a second drink, a second destination, whatever. And what are the chances that this first date ends up working out? Nobody knows. So you're willing to take the gamble of this entire process. Sure, the buy-in for this process was $0, but there is a process nonetheless. Whereas my event, this particular one, is $48 to attend. You learn a new skill, which is toast decorating. You get 8 one-on-one speed dates with 8 people, and they're...
This woman is just peddling her shit, okay? Peddling her crap.
Also 40 singles in the room. And this is the class, okay? You're actually interacting with materials and learning a new skill. Since attractive...
toast decorating is not a fucking skill. This shit is stupid. Women are ridiculous. Women are absolutely ridiculous. And here's a woman, right? A single woman wants to peddle her dating events to attractive men.
Math, I'm going to break it down for you. The quote unquote attractive male on a date.
Here's the thing, right? Attractive men don't give a shit what you're saying, right? Attractive men don't give a shit. They don't have a problem. This is the thing where I've never, right, seen an attractive man said he has problems with women. I mean, you guys tell me. I've never seen it. I've never seen an attractive man complain about women. I've never seen it. Or complain that he can't get women, right? I mean, he may say other shit, but I've never seen an attractive man complain, "Oh, I can't get women." No. The problem isn't with attractive men. They don't have issues with getting women. They're attractive.
App might get matches and spend $0 on all of that. But he might get 3 matches, 3 fucking baddies, right? You have to exchange about 5 to 10 messages probably to set up a date. And let's say you go with the cheapest option, a drinks date, okay? The average drink price in New York City is probably between $18 and $24. It include tax or tip. So let's say you just are a cheap fucking drink date and you spend maybe $45. I feel like I'm on the lower end there. So 3 dates, $135. This is minus whatever MTA, Uber, other costs, whatever. Let's say you get a second drink, a second destination, whatever. And what are the chances that this first date ends up working out? Nobody knows. So you're willing to take the gamble of this entire process. Sure, the buy-in for this process was $0, but there is a process nonetheless. Whereas my event, this particular one, is...
She said, okay, her first thing, which she's trying to dissuade you from, is the gamble, right? She said her first thing is the gamble. Bitch, are you crazy? Your event that you're making money off of, the skin. She's just trying to make money off of men, right? This woman is trying to make money off of men, regardless. So... are you saying that your shit is guaranteed you'll get someone? It's not. It's not a guarantee you'll get a woman. So your event is also a fucking gamble.
$48 to attend. You learn a new skill, which is toast decorating.
And the insanity. She's grifting, exactly. Again, men are tired of this, right? Men are tired of this grift. Women are always trying to make money off of men. It is tiring. You said learn a new skill, toast decorating? What fucking man is going to use that fucking skill ever again? What man is going to use toast decorating, right? The skill of decorating toast ever fucking again? Seriously, that's not a skill worth using.
You get 8 one-on-one speed dates with 8 people, and there are also 40 singles in the room.
8 people, right? It's a speed date, so it's quick. It doesn't. This is a thing where women are absolutely ridiculous. For an average man, right? For an average man, this is no guarantee. You pay the money, get a useless skill. Even eight dates means shit. It doesn't mean nothing, right? For an average man, he needs to go through 100 matches to possibly get one. That is playing the odds. Her shit doesn't necessarily guarantee you nothing.
And this is the class, okay? You're actually interacting with materials and learning a new skill. Since
in her class, looks like full of women. Full of women. This is the thing why men don't bother with this shit. Men don't bother with this shit because honestly, it's pointless.
But the last time I got approached in public, oh my gosh, this is actually sad. I'm embarrassed. Wait. Cut the cameras. No.
When is the last time you've seen a man approach a woman in person? Maybe that's the problem.
That's
definitely another problem.
Men are very easily intimidated by that. Like, they want to be chased, but then they don't. I don't think
Men are not intimidated, right? Men are not intimidated. They're tired. Men are tired. Men will risk it. Men don't mind risking it, okay? But men are tired of being rejected. It's not intimidated by women. Men are tired of rejection. Average men are tired of rejection, okay? They are. It's not intimidation. This is the problem with so many women, where because they know it, they don't put themselves out there. Women don't put themselves out there. But men have to. So in turn, men are tired of getting constantly rejected. It is ego crushing.
that they know what they really want.
Damn, Red Door 6'6". Man, your son hit the genetic lottery. Shoot, man, if I was 6'6", I would have no problem in my opinion, right? Your son hit the genetic lottery.
Do you have any issues approaching men on the street yourself as a woman?
No, not at all.
When's the last time you've done that?
Oh, I'm loyal to my situationship, so it's been a while.
Why do you think
A situationship. That's the shit. Women will rather be in a situationship with a man she's attracted to, right? Than be in an actual relationship with a man that, you know what, would treat her well, but she's not attracted to.
Men have trouble approaching women in person?
They're scared.
What do you think they're afraid?
Women.
When is the last time a man approached you in person?
Men are not scared of women. Men are tired of being rejected.
Probably. I can't remember.
Damn. Evil Eddie? 5'8" isn't short? Seriously. If you're 5'6", I feel bad for you, right? If you're 5'6", I feel bad for you. But 5'8" isn't short. 5'8" is average. It's average height. That's terrible. I'm happy. I'm happy that men are approaching less. I'm happy that men are approaching less because now we don't hear the rhetoric that men are creepy. We can't blame men for being creepy because men are approaching less. Exactly, Red Door. Decorating toast is not a fucking skill. It's not. And if it is, it's not a skill that you will ever use again.
So we all know by now that I'm 30 years old and I've never had like an official boyfriend. When it comes down to it, my want to not be in a relationship. So we all know by now that I'm 30 years old and I've never had like an official boyfriend. When it comes down to it, my want to not be in a relationship is greater than my want to be in a relationship. And ever since
This is the insanity and stupidity of a lot of women. So your want to not be in a relationship is greater than your want to be in a relationship. Fucking just shut up and just be single for the rest of your life. Be single for the rest of your life. If you want to be single, right? Then fucking what the fuck does it make sense for you wanting to be in a relationship? It doesn't even make sense. That is the insanity of women right there, right? Oh, my want to not be in a relationship is greater than my want to not be my want not to be in a relationship is greater than my want to be in a relationship. Then just fucking not be in one. It's like, then what's the point? And this one, right? This woman talks about not being in a relationship all the time. It is tiring.
turning 30, I feel like I have been putting this pressure on myself to have to want to settle down, to have to want to find a partner, to have to want to buy a house and start building a family and all of these things that people are told they're supposed to do in their 30s. So it turns out that none of those things are actually things that I want. Do I want to be in a relationship someday? Yeah, I do, because I've never experienced it. I've gotten little glimpses of it and I've loved it, but I don't want it bad enough to have to get on an app and look for it or put myself out there and put myself in situations where I'm going to meet someone. For the first time in a very long time, I actually feel like my life is so full. For the first time in my life, I don't hate my job. I love where I live. I'm starting new hobbies. I'm starting new certifications. I'm literally filling my days with things that I love. And because of that, not only do I
Yeah, she's never had a relationship, right? I've seen this woman before. She's never been in a relationship, and then you wonder why, right? Again, this feminist ideology has poisoned women. Okay, it's made them unbearable. It's made them miserable women. It's made them not good partners to be with.
like really not have time to even date if I even wanted to. But I just find myself being so fulfilled with my life at this moment that the thought of a relationship and, again, building this life that we're told that we should do, or we've been told we should do when we're in our 30s, is not something I desire in the slightest. And I'm so tired of making myself feel bad for that. And the reason that I actually came to this realization was because on Tuesday I had an Akashic Records reading, and I asked the girl that was reading me about my love life. And before she even gave me an answer, she was like, "Do you even want a committed relationship?" And then I looked at her and I was like, "I don't know, I think." And I think it's okay to want both. It is okay to desire partnership in a relationship, but also not desire it either. And I'm learning.
It is not. Right? I find women, I'm sorry, right? I find, again, I don't mean all women, right? I'm going to say it, I preference it. I don't mean all women, but I find it stupid. I find women stupid. Okay? Again, I'm going to say it, I don't mean all women, but this is the stupidity, right? Women don't understand they're creating, right? Women are creating an imbalance. Women are creating a world that doesn't mix well, right? It's like women are creating a world where with water and oil, right? It doesn't fucking mix. So saying that I want to be in a relationship, but I don't want to be in a relationship. How the fuck does that mix? How does that mix? So because your want to not be in a relationship is counteracting, right? Counteracting your want to be in a relationship. So it's fucking it up. So it doesn't make sense. So you are sabotaging your opportunities to be in a relationship because you don't want to be. But again, you still want to be. And this is the problem. This is the insanity. Why women are making relationships impossible. Why women are making the dating scene, right? And a toxic environment, an uninhabitable environment. This insanity right here. So many women, I guarantee you, so many women are like this. I don't want to be in a relationship, but I do want to be in a relationship. How the fuck does that make sense? Oil and water right there.
Learning to accept that and to be okay with that. I'm no longer ashamed of the fact that I'm 30 years old and I've never had a boyfriend, because it's just never been a priority for me. And I'm also the kind of person too.
Also there, right? I find women funny when they make college education a priority, they accomplish that. When they make a career a priority, they accomplish that. When they make their own enjoyment, right? Their own, like, traveling, buying shit, whatever, right? Doing things for them to be happy, right? They accomplish that. But guess what? The one thing that women are failing at, right? The one thing women are failing at, relationships, that's the one thing they do not prioritize. I find women seem to not understand, maybe that's the reason why you are failing at the one thing you don't prioritize.
Where even if I do find a relationship, you best believe, like, I don't want to get married right away. I don't want a ring on my finger right away. I don't care about that. I don't care about buying a house with that person and building this white picket fence life. I don't even care if I have kids. If I find someone, I genuinely want it to be someone that is my companion, my partner for life. And to be quite honest with you, even when I have been on dating apps, every single man on there has desired the life that I don't want. So I'm very aware that there's probably not a lot of people that exist that do want the same kind of life that I do, at least in this current moment. And again, not saying that I'm not gonna ever want those things. I guess what I am saying is that the path that my life is taking right now, I know that a lot of people are on the other path. And so I know that there's probably people who are few and far between that actually are following that same path as me. And I'm really just trying to embrace the fact that it's okay that I am 30 years old and I do not want to settle down in the way that most people want to do when they're 30. It is very isolating, it is very lonely, but just because I feel isolated on this path doesn't mean that I need to completely change who I am and live a life that is misaligned to me. And right now, simply a misaligned life for me would be the life that looks like settling down and getting married and having kids right away. And that's okay. And it's also okay if you are 30 and above and you are looking for a husband and a house and kids. I guess what I'm trying to say is I feel like this whole time I've been trying to look for reasons as to why I'm not in a relationship or why I haven't been in one, when the truth of the matter is that I just don't want one that bad, and that's okay. So we all know by now that
Yo, what's up, my brother? KG, what's up? Now, I've said this before, right? I'm a big supporter. I'm a big supporter of women just staying single, right? I'm a big supporter of it because honestly, women like this will make a man miserable. Women like this will make a man miserable because a woman like this will be the type of woman who thinks she's settling for a man, right? She thinks she's settling for a man. So she will make a man's life miserable. So I'm a big supporter of just stay single, right? Decenter men, don't deal with men, don't date men, just be single, right? If you are happy single, just stay single. That's why one of the studies that Goldman Sachs did, right, of saying that by 2030, right, more women than ever before will be single and childless. And I said that's amazing, right? I think that's amazing. Because we need less single mothers in this world, right? So I won't cry about that. I'll be happy about that. And two, these women need to stay away. They need to stay away from men. They do. Stop dealing with men. Just stop. You're unhappy? Go be your happily single self, right? Because honestly, these women, I believe, are the problems in the dating market. So I support her. Stay single.
One really hard truth I had to learn was that men are going to protect other men even when they're wrong. I have seen this play out time and time again in my life. They will protect and go to bat for a man that is harmful to other men and women and children. There was this man that was harassing me at work and retaliating against me at work, and people were witnessing him be abusive to me. Even in the midst of the act, nobody ever stood up and said anything. Nobody reported it. Nobody did nothing. These are the same people who would come into the office every day and have selective outrage about ICE and all the things that are happening in the government right now. But when they see injustice happening right in front of them, they say nothing. Finally, I get fired from the job. And of course, I file reports, I take it to court, I try to talk to the higher ups, and the higher ups refused to speak to me. Utterly refused. Even though they knew that this man was a problem, even though that they knew that this man was doing something wrong. So of course, I took it to the EEOC, IDHR, and a whole bunch of other places. When I had to go back and ask people to write a statement or to talk to these people on my behalf, all of them said no. All of them said no. Like every single last person, refused to write a statement or say anything against this man, even though they single-handedly saw him do what he did. And I was in complete, utter shock because these are the people who were so fake outraged about what happened to me. There also was another incident where I was taken advantage of financially, and there was a pastor and a mechanic involved, and they were all so outraged about what had happened to me. And they're like, oh, that's not right. I hope you get the help. Whatever you need, we're there for you. Just give us a call. And so I take it to court and I call these people back saying, could you sign this statement saying that this is actually what happened? They said, no. I don't want to get involved. I don't want to get that person in trouble. I don't want to get involved with the courts. But you saw what happened to me. Yeah, but I'm not willing to do that though. Oh, I thought you said whatever I need. Yeah, I still know that person from way back. So I said, oh, okay. There have also been other instances where I have seen things happen to women, and when people speak up, they always give the man the benefit of the doubt. They always say, no, not him. No, not Pastor. No, not the mister. No, not them. They're so sweet. They seem like such a nice person. And even though so many people in the Black community specifically are so outraged that people are always protecting predators, even the people who make those statements have protected a predator or protected somebody who's done something wrong at some point in their life. Because people are socially conditioned to protect people who are causing harm. And anytime you're in a situation where you're thinking that people are going to come to your defense, you should just automatically assume that they're not. They're going to default to saying nothing, which is the same thing for covering or protecting the person who caused you harm. This is why it's so important when something happens to you to track every single thing. Keep every email, record things, take photographs. Diary entries will even suffice, voice memos, because you can't rely on other people to speak up for you, because a lot of people only start speaking up when it becomes trendy. Have a good day. One really hard truth I had to learn was...
So why do I want to show this, right? It's that I find this in the sense stupid. Why? I find it really ridiculous when women constantly want to blame men for everything, right? Women constantly want to blame men for everything. One, let's say this. One of the big tenets in the Black community is no snitching, right? Both Black women and Black men, right, promote that. No snitching. That is a tenet in the Black community, right? That is a trait within the Black community. So it's not fucking men. It has nothing to do with men, right? It's not about men. It's about it's about attitude. It's about mindset. No snitching is a part of it. And second, here's the thing where human beings are selfish. Human beings are selfish. They don't give a shit. It's not their problem. They don't want to stick their neck out for it. It's just it is part of human nature. Okay? It is part of human nature. They don't want to stick their neck out. Wake up. Live in reality. It's not a man thing. It's not a woman thing. Right? Humans do not want to stick their neck out. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense for them because they don't want that trouble to follow them. Right? They don't want to be a part of drama. Now, they love to watch it, right? People love to watch drama. They just don't want to be a part of drama. That is it. So I'm more saying that, like, whatever she says, okay, that's what she says. But at the end of the day, it's not a man thing, right? It's not a man thing. Because here's the thing. I did a video, right? Maybe it was last live or the live before, of women, right? Who have friends that are cheaters, right? Girlfriends that are cheaters. And they wouldn't even hold their friends accountable. They wouldn't leave their friend. So really, women protect other women too. How many times on this app, right? On TikTok, on social media, women will protect other women, right? Women will protect other women. So no, it's not a man thing, a woman thing. Stop it with that bullshit. That's why I think it's stupid. I find shit like that stupid. It's not about a man or a woman thing. So I hate it when constantly women need to create the narrative. Oh, I need to blame men somehow. I need to blame men somehow. That is the stupidity, right? That is the idiocy of that.
All of us girlies need to be aware of the social experiment that's happening. Because, my God. So there's a creator on here called Bree Comedy Skits, and she dresses like a stud and approaches straight men, well, seemingly straight men in the grocery store. But the part that's very interesting, the part that has me intrigued, is that she's getting their numbers. They aren't turning her down. They like that mannish look. And listen, she's a very pretty girl, but the package, she step into them like, what up, G? You know what I'm saying? Like, and listen, there's a quiet part to all this that nobody wants to say, but I'm gonna say it. Do men want men? Listen, if the answer is no, then explain to me what it is that made these men give her their numbers. What is it?
Men like vagina. That's the only thing that this video proved. Yeah. Men like it and don't care what package it comes wrapped in. That's it. I'm starting to think that y'all actually think that having a certain attitude and demeanor and putting on boy clothes turns you into a boy. Like a pretty woman and a beautiful woman dressed like a tomboy is still a woman. It's still a woman. You think if Beyonce...
You know, I always think that I find women, this is why I want to show this, like, we all do remember, right? Tomboys were a thing, right? Tomboys were a thing. I find it really ridiculous that there are women that dress like a man or like men's hobbies. That was a thing. Tomboys were a thing. It doesn't make you less of a woman. I find it really ridiculous where we have to be so strict. What is a boy? What is a man? And I think that's the dangerous thing, right? I think that's the dangerous thing where we are having. This is why the society is changing, right? When I was young, tomboys were a thing, or like little boys, not like falling like nerds or geeks. They're not. They're not your sports. Your like your sport lovers. They're not your stereotypical like men, right? So what? That doesn't make you less of a man. That doesn't make you less of a woman. If you like let's say men's hobbies, or you're not, or you're a boy and you don't fall into the stereotypical men shit, right? Sports and cars. So fucking what? It doesn't make you less of a man, and it doesn't make you less of a woman. But I find it ridiculous that nowadays, right, with women, where it's you can't be a tomboy, you got to be a strict, like you got to be stereotypical man.
Had on a baggy shirt and some jeans and a backwards hat, she'd be any less fuckable. Have you seen Tiana Taylor? If a dude will smash a ugly chick, what makes you think he won't smash a pretty one dressed like a tomboy? Don't matter what you put on it, eyelashes, take the eyelashes off, put a dress on, put a shirt on, put some jeans on, put the nails on, take the nails off, have the weave on, shave the hair off, dark skin, light skin, fat, skinny, tall, short, blind, deaf, take the legs off. It don't matter. It's coochie up under there. We gonna figure it out. That's all that this proves. Those boy clothes she got on ain't no different than the makeup and the lace front that you got on, huh? We know when it all come off, it's coochie up under there. I'm gonna start walking around with a white long lab coat and a stethoscope around my neck and just call myself a doctor. Fuck it, right? Why not? You know what I'm saying? Since the outfit just change who you are. If I put duck feathers on the chicken, does that change it to a duck? That's a duck now? If I put tiger stripes on a lion, like, is that a, you know what I'm saying? And cut his hair. I think you get my point. It's still coochie up under there.
All of us girlies need.
And this is the thing where, like, women really don't understand that. And again, this is the problem with a lot of women, where they really don't understand men. Right? A lot of women don't really understand men that well. They don't. They think, this is the thing where we have a modern day where women think that men love BBLs. Women think that men love, women putting like layers and layers of makeup. Women think that men love women having wigs on, having fake hair, fake eyelashes, fake nails. No, men don't love it. Men just see that you're a woman, I'll fuck you. That is it, right? And that's the thing where women don't understand. Men don't desire you because you have layers and layers of makeup. Men don't desire you because you have a BBL. No. He just thinks that, you have a coochie. I want to have sex with you. That is it. And a lot of women can't really think about, they can't really understand that. That's why they have a hard time with like shit like this. What do you guys think? All right, guys, I'm going to spend a few minutes, right? A few minutes talking about investments, right? I want to catch up with you guys and talk a little bit about it, right? I want to spend a little bit of time, couple minutes. Let's spend a couple minutes. Because again, I want to go on the investment journey with you guys, right? Because I think it's fun. I think it's interesting. All right. So, I also, on my, community tab, on my, I want to talk about investments, right? So Thank you guys for making it to the end. We're gonna do a few minutes of just talking about investments, right? Talking about investing, because I believe all men, okay, need to invest, right? The 3 tenets that I've focused on in the last 6 to 7 years is saving, budgeting, and investing. Okay. I've said this before. I don't make much, right? I don't make much. My earnings are about 40K. 40K, right? My earnings are about 40K. That's fucking nothing. That's not that big. That's below average. But even with making only 40K, because of budgeting, investing, right? Budgeting, saving, and investing, I have a 6-figure net worth. 6-figure net worth. So if I could do it, you guys can do it, right? It's being disciplined. Being disciplined. Well, sis, right? System. Trading is gambling. Trading is gambling, right? But people can make it work, right? People can make it work. For me, I invest. Long-term investment. So that's why I don't really trade, right? But if you can make it work, you can make it work. But I said this before. There's many ways to make money. Many ways to make money in the stock market. So this is why I've told men, do it, right? Put money in stocks. Start investing. It's just you determine how you want to invest. But please invest. But understand how to invest. Understand what comes with investing. Oh, Nvidia, a great company, right? I definitely recommend it. Any of the big companies invest. So, I want to show you guys, this is my progress all time, right? I started out. It's not like I started out with this amount, right? But it's through years of investing, right? It built out to about 100 grand, but it's not because I put 100 grand in it, but it's years of investing, dividends, which is important. Dividends or selling stocks that have made me money, got me 100K, 100K turned into 300K, right? So that's the amazingness of it. So I just want to show you some things I'm doing, right? These are, I said this, right? In my community tab, I put in my Facebook group, right? A Facebook group. Also, I think I put it into my Discord, right? I also put in my Discord, I think, right? I think I put in my Discord, where if you guys want, you guys could join the Facebook group where I strictly only talk about investing, right? But yes, I wanted to talk about this one stock I dealt with. SoFi, right? So why do I want to talk about that? I want to talk about long-term investing, okay? Long-term investing and learning about the stocks you buy, investing for the future, right? Learn about the stocks you buy and investing for the future. I bought this stock, right? SoFi at around $5. Well, the average is $5. Let's say when I was buying this stock, right, it was around this dollar, right? So imagine this. I bought this stock when it was like around this amount. It was expensive when I bought it. And then I experienced this. You think this is crazy, right? This stock went mad low, right? Went to $4. I bought it when it was in the 20s, right? So most people were like, oh shit, I'm scared, right? Buying it in the 20s, all right? And then seeing your stock go fucking all the way down, right? Buying it in the 20s, seeing it go all the way down got me scared. But I stuck my guns. I invested it for the long term. I thought SoFi was a good company. This is a company that is a digital bank. And I believe that is the future. That is the future. Diamond hands, exactly, right? I believe this stock would have been the future of banking, okay? but this is just an example where I'm talking about investing for the long term. So I bought the stock hoping for 5 to 10 years down the line, not trading where I'm buying it today, hoping it will double tomorrow, right? That's trading. For me, what makes it good is that I buy stocks for long-term investing. I also buy stocks to DCA. So I put $100 then, I put $100 here, put 100, like I'm slowly buying more and more. So even though I bought during its highs, I kept on buying. Conviction, right? Kept on buying when it's low. Bought a lot, right? Bought a lot when it went really low. I bought a lot when it went really low. I got it all the way to my average to be $5, right? About $5. Thanks to that, 400%. I 4x my fucking money. 4x my money. That is the amazingness of stocks. What investment? I will 4x your money. Not even a fucking house. Not at least not today. Okay? Not even buying a house can 4x your money. That's the amazingness. That's the greatness of stocks. So, you know, this is the benefits of stocks. What is that? Avi, I don't know what that is. Tree ray? So yes, I mean, this is what I want you guys to learn, right? Buy stocks that you believe in. Buy stocks that you believe in. And, you know, DCA, right? Don't go all in. Do not go, personal advice, do not go all in. Because if you go all in a stock, you better 100% believe it. And you can see my investments, right? Today was an amazing day in investing. Today was a good day, right? I'm at all-time highs. I'm at all-time highs right now. So both my brothers. Again, I'm not a noob investor, right? I'm not like super smart at investing, but again, I promote investing where I'm telling you guys to invest. I'm not telling you guys what to invest in because that is up to you, right? Up to you. You choose what to invest in. Don't listen to me. But yeah, silver and gold is an amazing thing, right? Let's see. What is silver? Let's see. Year to date, right? Silver is 50%. So silver is doing great. Right? Silver is doing pretty good, right? 30%. 30% is a good, no, that's beating the S&P. 30% is beating the S&P. Gold is doing crazy well. Gold is doing crazy well. Let's say this. Let's see this. Yeah, look at that. Gold, 45%. Gold is doing crazy well. So you could, if you want to, even there are gold stocks and silver stocks. So there's stocks for everything. So I love it. Oh, okay. Well, for my cigarettes, I love this one. For cigarettes, smoking, Altria is an amazing company. I swear to God, if Altria was like $40, I'll be sinking a lot of money into it, right? I will be putting a lot of money into it. I think this one, I think it has some weed companies under it. So, but I love it. But yeah, amazing thing. Facebook, I love it, right? Let's say right now, I'm trying to buy more Target. But Target is, for this week, I don't know why, but Target is jumping up high, right? 7%. But Target is a good company, right? In my opinion, I think Target is another long-term investment for me. So if Target goes down closer to $90, that's why I'm going to buy more. But, you know, That's another company that I'm loving. I think you mean right here. Bro, you are doing a dangerous stock. Tilray Brands, that's a fucking penny stock, right? Alvi, you are, again, this is gambling, right? Penny stocks are gambles. It's a gamble, right? I have some too. I have some gamble stocks. So I definitely understand it, okay? So be warned, you can lose your money. You can lose money when you are dealing with penny stocks. These are not strong companies. Why? So what I'll tell you about that, right? You see this? Price to earning ratio. What does that mean? Profit. This company is in the negative, so it's not making a profit. So please be warned, a company that's not making a profit it's a gamble. So you're gambling that it will make a profit or not. So be forewarned. Well, this is a penny stock. Wow, it's an ETF. And it's a penny stock too, so it's a gamble, right? It is a gamble. It holds a lot of it holds a lot of weed stock. So that shit is a gamble. And look, it's negative, right? No profit. It's an ETF of companies that have no profit to them. So you're gambling. Now, I'm doing it too. So it's not like I'm not telling you to do it or don't do it, but I'm telling you to be forewarned that you are gambling. That is it. You can and most likely may use it, may lose money, right? You may lose money, but here's the thing. The higher risk, the higher reward. That's the thing you got to think about. Yes, but be always warned that you can and most likely, right? Most likely, I mean like 80%, you could lose your money. But because it's so risky, you can make like a lot of money. Like you can 100, 200, maybe even 1,000% your money. But again, your money can go to zero. So, be warned, be understanding that it can be dangerous. So, I mean, for me, I have some companies like that, right? So these companies right here, these companies are risky ass companies, very risky. Okay. I could probably lose money from it. So, but I don't put like a crazy amount of money into it. These are my smaller bets, but I'm hoping I can make a couple $1,000s from it, right? A couple $1,000, like $2,000, $3,000, $5,000. I'm golden, right? That would be amazing. But again, you understand that you got to understand risk. And that's what you have to know. I have lost money. I have lost thousands of dollars betting on certain companies. So I understand that risk. And this is a thing where you got to go into it knowing that, okay, it's risky. I'll probably lose money, but I'm willing to take that risk to make a lot of money, right? So, you got to think right here, like this company, my SoFi, that was a risk, right? That was a lot of risk, but it was still a strong company. So it wasn't the most riskiest thing, but again, it's still risk. But that's why I balance my portfolio. I balance my portfolio with strong companies. So I have Nike, right? Nike, it's a strong company. Target, I have Amazon, I have Tesla, I have Facebook, Palantir, Robinhood, Shopify, Amazon. So you balance your portfolio, okay? You balance portfolio, and you risk a little bit of money. So, Artie, yeah, later, my brother. I'm about to be done anyway. Exactly, right? 3 tiers. Manage your risk. I'm at the time where I tried to have a bit of all of it, right? I have a bit of all those. No. Again, I'm the same way, right? But don't go all in. That's the shit I'm talking about, right? Do not go all, don't YOLO, right? Do not YOLO. Because I've seen some heavy ass losses. People who lose all their money. That is crazy. That is stupid. Okay. So let's say even if I lose all these money, right? I lose all these money from these companies. It's not going to be, it probably be like 5%, maybe 2% of my portfolio, right? So I won't cry about it. I mean, I'll cry, but I'm not going to like end my life over it. So that's the thing you got to think about. That's the mindset you got to go into it, where take some risk, but just don't go crazy with it. Don't go YOLO, right? Oh, I'm going to put like 100 grand into them. No, you're crazy. So manage your risk. And that's the important part. Manage your risk. All right. Oh, I wanted to show my portfolio, my journey, right? Currently 360. I think last time I showed you probably was around 330, 340. So I want to show you guys my journey, right? My journey to, I believe in about 5 years time, I'm going to reach 1 million. That's my goal, right? That is my goal in about 5 years time, to be a 6-figure net worth guy. So that's the thing. What is that? I don't know that. I don't know. All right. That is it for tonight. That's it. If you guys don't have any questions, that is it for the, investment journey. I'm going to try to do this every so often with at the end of the lives, right? For anyone who, stick around towards the end. I'm going to try to do this more often to keep you guys updated on my journey. And if you guys ever have any questions, any thoughts, I'm down to talk about it. So I want to keep that dialogue and let you guys know that, hey, if you guys have questions, any thoughts, we can do this at the end of the stream, So it's like a bonus, like Evil Eddie said, a bonus at the end of the stream. If you guys, as a bonus for, you guys staying. All right. All right, guys, that is it for tonight. Let's do some shout outs, right? Sisum, thank you, my brother, for coming. Thank you. Evil Eddie, I love you, my brother. Thank you. Alvi, you're the man. I love this. I love you to be here. Thank you. Thank you, Artie, for coming by. Thank you, Artie. Big Bars was here. I love you, my brother. Thank you for stopping by. Red Door, I love you, my sister. Thank you. KG, thank you for stopping by. Poor Man, I love you, my brother. I love you guys. Thank you, Poor Man. Anyone else? Steve was here, right? Thank you, Steve, for stopping by. Any other shout outs? Who else? Did I miss anybody? Did I miss anyone else? Omni, yes, Omni Man. Omni. Thank you for stopping by. I think that's it. You guys are amazing, right? I love you guys. Hope you guys have a good week, right? See you guys on the next live. Later, guys. All right, later.